ENIGMA. He pulls out the showstopper to try and make the difference. He's playing it smart. He's not playing it aggressively.
Buying that extra bit of time for himself is very important. Now you can see Ghost though.
There's gonna be a next moment on the 103. He gets a double stack. His own accord. Batman going for the spray, but he's going in for a bit too early. Batman's over the Batman's not his fault. Batman, you absolute boogie, man.
Your champion. Definitely worthy of a journey.
Where is everyone hiding?
I'll handle this. I'll fight everybody.
But ladies and gentlemen, even with a man advantage, it seems that the Blackhawk is getting burned to a crisp. He's not going to be able to hit the shot. As goes from the side as he gets that kill down underneath. It's going to be quite difficult with the crossfire being set up, but it's going to be whipping him.
As 30 seconds left, they can go.
What is going to be hit the chiming in? 1, 2, 3, goes to be able to come out on top. And Sai, he gets the corner. Sai, he's able to survive. He gets the test on his line. And Sai with the 4K. Absolutely insane clutch coming out from the Phoenix.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the LG Ultragear TEC Valorant Invitational Season 2, powered by HyperX with Booyah as our broadcast partner. I'm CA, joined by Aggressive on the mic today to bring you the finals day, lower bracket finals matchup between XTZ Esports and ENIGMA Gaming. Now, this is going to be a really exciting matchup, but it's also that revenge matchup since ENIGMA was the team to knock XTZ into the lower bracket in the first place. So I know both of the teams are going to have vengeance in their mouths today. How are you feeling, Aggressive?
XTZ, they have a lot to prove this time around because Enigma, they had a rocky start yesterday, but they showcased us of why they are one of the best teams of the region, taking the fight really hard and then being able to take that win against Team Villainous, even though Team Villainous showed a very strong showing. And now they have the same level of momentum moving forward into this matchup. XTZ, they're going to have a pretty rough time trying to get their own revenge because either it is going to be Enigma taking the win once again, setting their date moving on forward in the lower brackets, or it is going to be XTZ being able to get that little bit of more of a rejuvenation on their side and keep on moving forward. But let's go into the map video screen and let's talk a little bit more about the matchups that we can be seeing on the maps coming on through.
Yeah, looking at these maps, I noticed Icebox first instantly. That's going to be the Viper map for Batman to come out. But it's also the map that XTZ did get beaten by Enigma Gaming in the previous setting. So it does bring the question, how much of XTZ changed? And immediately my mind goes back to yesterday's game, XTZ beating Godlike on Icebox. It was Sai, that X factor on that operator, able to clear out kill after kill on that defensive side and really be an effective anchor for his team. Now, generally, Enigma run that no flash composition with Hika on the Raze and Viper on Batman on this map of Icebox, and a no flash composition against the capable Opper like Sai. That could be what XCZ need to finish it off on map 1 today.
Anything could happen, really, but at the same time, we know that Hika is one of those players that really love to focus on his own race plays. And as you stated, the operator itself coming out from side could be the factor that changes pretty much everything. Because if Sai's having a really good day and he's able to hit every single one of his shots and position correctly with that operator, he's going to be able to systematically dismantle the entirety of Enigma if they're not careful, even with the Viper walls coming on through. And I'm really looking to see if Batman, he as a player, has a little bit more of those spicy lineups that we would expect, blocking outside a little bit more of a different way, forcing him to take those one-off angles. And if Sai misses those shots, it's going to be all but over for him.
Absolutely. Those operators are going to be an extremely important part of both of the team's compositions, because going into this matchup, the only real difference I expect between either of the teams is that Viper versus the Omen. We saw Blackhawk pick up the Raze yesterday too, so XTZ themselves are going to be carrying that no flash composition. The only difference being that the Omen does have that nearsightedness in the paranoia to at least carry something into the table. Doesn't affect operators as much though, so not really that much of a flash, making the operators much simpler in those long range fights. Now, for me, Ghost, he was on a tear yesterday when Enigma came up on top. So I'm going to keep my eye on him, see if he can pull up even better and outsmart the other players on the other side, really show up his operator, make sure that Sai is shut down. Either ways, I know the teams are going to be gunning for vengeance. For Enigma, it's all about just establishing their dominance. For Hika especially, it's about being like, this is my former team. I beat you once. I'm going to do it again. Prove to everybody that was not just a one-off. For XTZ, it was like proving that, hey, ever since the entire change of the roster happened, it's like they've been a beast unleashed and they're showing what they've got. The freedom in their movement very much apparent. It's XTZ going to start us off in the defense. Enigma on the attack. This matchup sure to be special.
And now with the pistol round starting on off, ladies and gentlemen, we do see that the side of Enigma, they're opting to go in for an aggressive push down here from the side of A, and Sai, he's the one to catch a little bit of a bullet on his shoulder. Not really a lot of damage, but still 74 HP and taking the recon bolt. It's going to be coming on through, redeeming his last one position as he's pushing back towards the side of mid. Nowhere to be caught just yet, but yes, this is going to be an aggressive dash in coming in from the side of Ghost, and Ghost, he's going to be able to clean up his own twin sister, and he finds another one on the Blackhawk. A beautiful kill to say the least. And now, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to be on the back foot, but Ghost with that frenzy, he's tearing through the entirety of the side of the attackers. He's not going to be able to fight it. It's going to be Batman with one and SMX with another one on Direxy, taking him out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the first round on the board for the side of the attackers, and a very beautiful execution of the pistol round.
You know, the mental advantage of, hey, we've beaten you once, going as they take that first round. But looking at the compositions, I'm noticing, besides the Viper Omen switch up between the teams, the Sova coming in for SMX as compared to that Killjoy on Wimp, meaning that the double Sentinel really coming through for XTZ Esports as compared to that more balanced Initiator Sentinel setup that Enigma have going. Now, XTZ, they're trying to push up aggressively. It is their eco, and Rexy with a nice jiggle and right click picks up Batman. He will be rewarded with a Spectre to his name, so XTZ could turn the tables on this round. Now, Heka with the aggressive push, he's already got 2. Ghost taking screens control, finds himself in a 1v1 with Rexy, but realizes that he got a Spectre, throws out the smoke, and will wait in the corner to take him down. With just 1 agent down, ENIGMA utilizing their buys perfectly to push into the site, secure the round, make it 2-0.
That was a really fast duo, but at the same time I do say that the defenders, they're going to be happy as they got a little bit of damage on the eco and also a little bit of extra credits on their own bank. But now seeing is where the real tides are about to turn, because it's going to be the first buy round coming out from the side of the defense, and I'm really looking to see that they understand that, hey, we see that ENIGMA, they're opting to go in for a lot more of these aggressive push play styles down on the A side, down on mid, down on B. And it seems as though they're taking a gamble and actually sacking down on A, leaving only the Omen to try and fend for himself onto the back end of this B side. And he may just be fighting off a bit more than he can do if he's not careful. The spam is going to be going on through. Not really any damage being found just yet, but he needs to back off because of the Aldron going on through. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a full send rush soon enough with the wall going on down. It is going to be the side of ENIGMA pushing down onto this B side.
Now, ENIGMA, they are being very methodical about this approach. They realize that the drone revealed them, waiting for the recon to come out. Now with the wall as well, the default plant on its route, and ENIGMA in a perfect position to play for that post-plant buster. He's got it through. Now you can see Blackhawk's grenade, it does a little bit of damage, but since it landed only on that jet, she's able to tailwind right out of there, really prevent anything from happening. Ghost maintaining yellow control is going to be pivotal to the way this round goes, because it just removes any possibility of easy side retake for the side of XTZ. The fake defuse coming in, the lineup's ready, Tigger and Ghost moving in, they get a couple kills, SMX and Ghost chiming in as well, leaving Sai the last man standing with a couple of walls in his way.
Oh my god.
He shouldn't have gone for the hero play. Hika gets into his face, takes him down, and that's 3-0 for ENIGMA Gaming. Just as dominant on Icebox as we last saw them against XTZ.
I think Sai didn't go for the hero play. It was more like Hika just satelliting through the air and be like, yo, I'm gonna be in your face and I'm gonna use this Vandal to just take you out. That was just like, that was a one-touch level moment. He's like just flying through the air and it goes right in his face. A beautiful showing of the satchel movement coming out from the side of Hika, but still, it's a very fast rushes coming out from the side of ENIGMA, and they're able to just catch them off guard so many times inside. He's playing it dangerously, doesn't opt to go in for a smoke, and he does pay the price for it with his armor going on through. Yes, he has a blade sword, but already 2 members are going to be going down on the back end. Blackhawk, he does find one, but he gets taken out immediately, and Hika's going to be the one to clean up Sai with a well-placed grenade. Badman's going to be there to get another one onto Hirsch with his own Phantom. And that, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the 4th round on the board for the side of ENIGMA, and just as we started speaking, CA, it's all but over for this round, and we go into the second buy round for the side of XTZ and then the operator for the side of Sai.
This round is so important for XTZ Esports. Not only are they investing into the operator as they rightfully should, but it's also because 4-0 down with the double sentinel composition, even though Icebox is an attacker favored map, you need to be able to have a solid foundation in the defense, because the key difference in these compositions is really shown on the attacking side of either. That Sova offers you a lot more utility to try and push through on the attack as compared to that Killjoy, so you want to be able to make use of that Killjoy utility as much as you can on defense to secure rounds as possible. Now, you can see XTZ trying to do just that. That Killjoy anchoring A. It's the Omen in Hush anchoring down B with the help of the Sage. Hush and Rexy pick up a kill, each secure the advantage for XTZ Esports, and looking to push this advantage home. They will stack up on here in B. Now, Hika lurking towards this A. If he can find a kill onto Wimp, he could just flip the script on this round.
Needs to try and push in aggressively down on this A side, but Wimp, he knows what's up. He's playing from deep inside of mid instead, knowing that no one is opting to go in for mid control with his buddy Sai holding him down with the operator from that angle. And Sai, he's gonna be able to find one on the Buster. The spike has been spotted, ladies and gentlemen, and with it being only 2 versus 5 on the map, it would be a better idea to opt to go in for this saves, but it seems as though ENIGMA is going to go in for the try and goes. That was a nasty flick on a Blackhawk, taking him out instantly, taking us down to a 2 versus 4 situation, but the spike is still in no man's land, but Hicka, he's gonna be the one to go in for an aggressive push from the back end, but with only 30 seconds left on the clock, he needs to be quick and he needs to be fast. Holds out the showstopper as well. He wants to get this kill. He should be able to find it, but no, not just yet. The spike's still not in their favor. Now it's gonna be 2 versus 2 on the map. Make it a 2 versus 1 with Hiccup being the last one remaining. It's gonna be going for the push, but it's gonna be Hirsch instead being able to get the kill, a triple kill to his name, and the first round on the board for the side of the defenders. But at the same time, CA, that round was just way too close to come first.
Hika did so well to sneak through that A side, perfectly timing his push to barely miss out on that KJ turret. I had my observer on him the entire time, and he played it so patiently, like continuously making sure the turret is facing the other direction, where and like using these black spots where the turret is not able to cover it. The turret plays for Wimp in that defensive nest area, doesn't cover every single angle, and Hika utilizing the spots that it doesn't to perfection. But at the end of the day, the initial picks picked up by Hush and Rexy enable Sai to play much more aggressively with his op. He dodges out that showstopper and is able to hold on to his position. With the help of Harsh, close out the entire round pickup. Round number 1 on the board for XTZ Esports. Keep the operator alive. Now default push coming through for Enigma Gaming. Harsh was not actually going to spam through the spot because the grenades coming through from Blackhawk to stop that plant. Rexy actually gets the kill, but the trade instantly sought out by the side of XTZ, meaning the healer down on both the sides of a 4v4 matchup on the cards. Now Blackhawk, he flips the tables, picks up the lead for XTZ Esports, takes down Blackhawk, but the spike being picked up by Batman. He's going for the plant, but the spray comes through, as well as a showstopper. They're denying that default plant again and again. Enigma, you cannot get predictable on this map with XTZ, they will adapt.
He will adapt, but at the same time, it seems as though SMX, he's gonna be the one adapting on his own accord. He's gonna be able to get a beautiful double kill of his own, and now turning around and see if he can get one more. He's going in for the spray. He's not gonna be able to find it. Hershey is only at 1 HP. He needs to try and go for something. He's gonna go in for the TP play, and the TP should be working out in his favor. But SMX, he does not spot him out. He's gonna be chilling down inside of the smoke, trying to see where he can go. But at the same time, the double peek is gonna be there. One at the bottom, one at the top. Ah, that was so close. The kill on Hirsch would have been so important, but he's not going to be able to find it because of Hirsch's movement. He was able to dodge out the bullets at the very last second. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we see the second round on the board for the side of the defenders, and the momentum now going in their favor.
Yeah, the default B approach for that fast execute tried to wall out that Radiant boxes as well as the mid area and then go for the plant is really not working out, because you can see XTZ positioning in such a manner that they can wallbang that spot as well as cover it from the vertical angle on the default approach. Just deny that plant altogether. So Enigma, they're gonna have to start to get creative if they want to push in, and trying to do that, they push their way onto A, but Sai instantly denying it. The off shot to perfection, but the resurrection on point for Buster combined with the headshot for Hika takes down the operator, and Badman chimes in as well, clearing out mid. It's Buster with the third and Enigma with a huge push onto this A side. Buster with that resurrection leading the charge, making sure his team is complete.
Rexy from the sidelines though, he does get one kill down onto Hiccup, but how much will this one kill matter, because the resurrection's gonna be now up, and it's gonna be Wimp to come on up to the stages to go for another second wind. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Batman, he has the lineups though, and he's playing for it. You can already see it. The Viper lineups are gonna be going on through. He's holding it. He just wants to be like, hey guys, come on, let's go. Come on, go for it. Touch the spike. But none of the members of the side of XTZ, they want anything to do with it. They just want to go in for the resurrection, go in for the save, because you have to remember, when it comes to the terms of the eco, they are hurting quite heavily, and them having these 3 guns in their arsenal basically means that still they're going to be able to buy their teammates some guns in the following round and still go in for another buy round instead of having to go in for a save. A smart play coming out from all the members of XTZ.
Absolutely, the save are definitely important because you want to keep the operator eco as much as possible, or at least try to make sure you've got those rifles coming through. I don't think they were able to save the operator actually, but hey, at least the revive coming through to make sure that 3 guns save, meaning 2 guns very easy to pick up, keeping them on that level ground in terms of economy and firepower with Enigma Gaming. In terms of scoreline though, Enigma Gaming with 3-round lead. Now, I just want to see how much they've changed since the last time we saw them, because one of the key issues we had with Enigma Gaming the last time around was the the lack of the usage of that Viper ultimate. I want to see more of that Viper split come out for Batman, especially on attack, and see if he can make use of it. But right now, it's a very slow push onto the A side, very methodical, clearing out every single angle. And trust me, there's a lot of those angles on Ice Lock. So they're taking their time, they're not giving up any sort of approach. But Rexy just waiting down in the corner. He picks up one. His position not checked out, meaning he gets the initial kill, but Hika able to trade him out. Now Rexy still left in the back of the site. It will be Hika finding that kill. Harsh with the trade though makes it 3v3, but with all of that trading coming out between both of the teams, it's Enigma coming out on top, able to get the site, and now the plant.
Planted.
Now it's only Blackhawk instead, chiming in with his own kill, taking us down to a 2 versus 3 situation, making a 2 versus 2, making it a 2 versus 0. It's gonna be Ursh and Blackhawk simultaneously getting a couple of kills of their own and taking the spike to boot. The defuse is gonna be coming on through, and that was a beautiful retake scenario coming out for the side of the defenders. Them being able to just explode down onto the side, and with Blackhawk getting that first initial kill down onto Hika as well as he went in to go in for that swing. Just absolutely insane. A beautiful showing of the retake situations coming out from the side of XTZ. But at the same time, CA, they're losing out on a lot of their rounds, and even though they're able to win out on this one, the side of Enigma, they're still going to be happy when it comes to the terms of the eco.
Absolutely. Enigma, XTZ, they're going to be considerably happy considering that at this point for them, it's on the defense. It's all about trying to keep it as close to the scoreline for Enigma as possible. Then going on to the attack where XTZ really thrives will be where they look to make their move. For Enigma, it's quite the opposite. They need to find a clear-cut advantage on the attack, refuse to give XTZ that ground, make sure that that Sentinel on the KJ of a Wimp is as weak as possible in that second half, and looking to do just that, a very aggressive push onto the A side, the showstopper as well as the toxic wall to clear out the site. XTZ forced to play on the retake, but Harsh getting a kill towards the flank equalizes it now. Now Harsh, he's causing so much pressure for his team, but doesn't delay for as long as he should, because now with him going down, Enigma in a perfect position to just play for the post plant. Now XTZ, they're gonna try to put down the lockdown, retake the site, but the site already given up by Enigma because they're very willing to play on that snakebite lineup and try to get the plant through on the basis of that. You can see Badman, he's already ready, waiting for the defuse to be popped while his team goes for the peaks. And SMX picking up one, Sai with the trade, and Buster and Wimp doing just that. But Hika with the pipes angle picks up the kill, and the snakebite lineup doesn't even have to come into play. Enigma playing that post plus perfection.
I do believe that the lineup did miss out on that, CA, because the snakebite just pulled up a little bit forward in comparison to where the spike was initially, but still no harm, no foul, because it was Hika at the very end to get the final headshot to clean up the round in the long run. But still, that is going to be 3 and 6 on the scoreboard, and this is what I stated before. Yes, the side of XTZ are winning out on a lot of their rounds, but they're not winning it as decisively as they should. And it's just back and forth rounds coming on through, where Enigma are the people to be in the advantage because they won so many of their own consecutive rounds. And this is going to be forcing the side of XTZ to go in for another save round. And with this save round going on through, this could be all but over. But if Wimp hits shots like that, I think they have a second win for sure.
Now the eco for XTZ, but they've done very well so far. The pistols with the jiggle, it's Hika getting the trade, but it's XTZ coming out on top. Blackhawk and Harsh, they get a kill each, leaving them in a 2v4 situation. Now with just the pistol, the spam will not be able to happen, so the plant does go down, leaving Buster and Ghost in a favorable situation. They pick up a kill each, but with Rexy getting the trade, 1v2 for Buster, he has the resurrection ready. Find his way onto Ghost, it will be huge, but instead he's gonna find himself in a very weird angle, not playing with the post plant or the resurrection. Buster exposing himself, leaving Blackhawk pushing from mid and take him down for a thrifty round for XTZ Esports. And once more, like, for me, such eco rounds going in the favor of XTZ is a big no-no, because for Enigma, you cannot afford such rounds, especially when you have huge utility like that Viper split ready. 10 rounds in, we haven't seen a single Viper ultimate. I'm not so sure about Enigma's usage of that ulti so far.
Once again, like, when it comes to the Viper ultimate, mainly you can use it to take aggressive mid control as well. It's not that difficult to just use out the Viper's ultimate down onto the side of mid and help your team push through that mid side without having to worry about the high ground angle coming through from the side of mid. You do not have to take full mid control, but then you can push yourselves through from the side of kitchen, go into the side of mid, and then take aggressive control from there. But this time around, it seems as though Rexy, he knew what was up. He was expecting a mid ultimate to come on through, and he just puts a wall straight down onto the side of mid to block off any sort of foot. What was that shot? Hirsch! What?
Welcome to my world.
What?
Harsh with a nasty shot, but this is actually what I was talking about. Instead of the default approach, they top up the Viper ultimate, but Buster still goes for the deform plant and gets spammed through the toxic pit and gets taken down. Now Harsh looking for the shots. He actually missed his shots, but Wimp there to back him up. Will take Hika down. Just the Viper and the Jet in Ghost and Badman left in a 2v5 situation. It's almost impossible, but they have the health in the toxic pit to like reduce the health of their opposition. The snake bites as well. This is all about the delay, and Ghost doing really well, picking up a kill on Wimp. Now Lexi moving back, picks him up. The snake bites coming through as well. Ghost goes down, but Badman in a 1v3. This toxic pit could be perfect, but he's spamming through instead of looking to his left. And Harsh will find the kill.
It will be close.
And it will be Harsh finding the defuse.
Wait.
It was really close, as he said, but seconds will be left for them to get the defuse. 1.6 to be exact, but XTZ, even though it's very close, it's them picking up the round. Now 5 to 6, almost one round away from equalizing that scoreline.
That was just a little bit too close for comfort at the very end of it all. And this is what happens when you go in for these default plans constantly. And this is why you need to switch up your strategy sometimes. Yes, you opted to go in for the Viper ultimate, but placing your wall in a much more of a different manner basically makes sure that you're going to be able to go in for the plan. For example, in a lot of the other tournaments that we do see coming out from the side of the Champions Tour, a lot of Sage players, when it comes to the map of Icebox, they tilt their wall to completely block off the side of Snowman as well as the side of mid. And this basically makes sure that, hey, we can go in for a safe plan no matter what, and we're going to be able to find it without the enemies being able to find us. But now this time around, it is going to be Sai chiming in with that operator being able to get the first initial kill, but it's going to be Buster to get in with the rest. Firepower just yet to go and contest him, but with the shock darts coming up through from the side of that, he's hunted for some more, but Sai, he's hungry for it. He's going for it. Sai gets his third. He's looking for some more. Hika's gonna be taking massive amounts of damage onto the side of mid. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this could be all but over for the side of the attackers. SMX does give a second win by being able to take out Sai, but Rexy chimes in with his own headshot on the Hika, taking him out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, could be all but over for the side of the attackers as we go into a 3 versus 4 situation.
2v4 on the map. It's just Buster and SMX left alive, especially with a resurrection ready for Rexy. He can bring Sai back alive if he's able to make his way onto Ness. So the cards very much in the favor of XTZ. But Buster going for the plant. SMX not landing his shots though. They are able to spot him out. SMX missing those shots on Rexy. Removed any chance there was of a comeback in that round for Enigma Gaming. That means 6 to 6 in the first half for both of these teams. They completely even at the end of it, and for XTZ, it's more of a joyous moment considering that they were really down at the first stage of that first half. They're able to pull it back, come back to 6-6, so they're gonna go into the attacking side with much more gusto and tempo, try to push forward for the win. Now at the same time, Enigma, while they're not going to be as happy considering that they had a significant lead, now it all becomes about how they use that Viper. Much easier to control the map with that Viper on the defensive side and use that Sage to pull off the kitchen area, play that Raze on that A side as that anchor, and then use the Sova to get mid control as much as possible. You can see Enigma doing just that. It will be a push on to B for XTZ Esports. It's Badman to hold it down.
Another fort on this B side is gonna be Badman with Blackhawk. He's gonna be the one to sneak on straight through and get another kill. But on the back end, we do see another sneak coming on through from the side of Hika. And Hika just be the one to get the kill, but Hirsch instead finds him. He turns away at the very last second, and that is where the damage is gonna be done, ladies and gentlemen, as it seems as though XTZ, they have control over the entire map and they have potency in their side. There's gonna be Buster going in for a couple of the pop shots. He's gonna be able to find a little bit of damage, but not a kill, as Sai instead gets a kill down on the SMX, taking him out. Buster goes in for the taps, and he's gonna be able to take out Sai. But at the very end of it all, it's still gonna be 2 versus 4 on the map, ladies and gentlemen. With the plan going on down, it's gonna be a post-plan situation for the side of Enigma.
2 versus 4 on the map. Buster was able to trade out his classic for a Ghost, so they do have that extra bit. But the post now position is perfect for XTZ. So Ghost, he's gonna have to pull off kill after kill. Gets a really nice jiggle kill onto Rexy, causing a lot of pressure on this green area, allowing Buster to move in aggressively. But yellow control maintained by Blackhawk will mean that Buster's push to no avail. Even though Ghost finds another, he's blinded out, left with 11 HP. Harsh will close him out and secure the deal as XTZ Esports pick up the pistol round and take the lead for the first time in this map. And XTZ doing so really well here, pulling back and really adapting to the playstyle of Enigma perfectly. Enigma, they're gonna have to get really creative after their buy round to pull off something insane, because right now XTZ, they're firing on all cylinders. But just as I say that, actually I noticed that considering Enigma took off 3 members, they're going for the force buy aggressive. 3 stingers and a Bucky. Enigma gambling it all on this round.
This gamble, I really do understand why they're opting to go in for this gamble, mainly due to the fact that it was a 6-6 scoreline. They lost out on the pistol round, and as you stated, they did get 3 members, so they're going to be able to go in for the force buys comfortably and not have to worry about, hey, we're going to be giving away double digits, because then they can opt to go in for a save even if they lose out on this round. But ideally, they want to try and win it and take us to that even Steven 7-7 scoreline. And I'm really looking to see there's a Bucky being the deciding factor, because you know, I love it when a player just gets a one tap to the Bucky up from across the map, because this gun is just that powerful when it comes to those ranges and when it comes to the hands of a very potent player. But now this time around we do see that the side of XTZ, they're opting to go in for an aggressive rush down onto this A side, and with this aggressive rush coming on through, the recon bolt so clean and just so beautiful, they're gonna be able to get a lot of information on their own accord. Nano Swarm comes on through, but still it is going to be Wimp to get the headshot down on a Ghost, taking him out, because you have to remember that Ghost, he does not have the full armor and he has to have the half armor instead. But look at the positioning from side. He's just a sneaky boy. He's going to be able to get a kill down on the Batman with that frenzy as he makes his way forward onto the side of Kitchen. And things are falling apart, ladies and gentlemen. Buster, with the recent nerves going on to that Stinger, that's gonna be even more harder. And once again, we see a 2 versus 4 situation coming on out. It's gonna be Hika and SMX to try and clutch this one out. So there's such low HP, and Hika going on down. SMX, he's in no man's land.
I think he was trying to make up his mind about whether he should bother saving a Stinger or whether he should just try to cause some damage. But while he's doing that, a bullet comes through the smoke, finds him in the head, and makes the decision for him. All members down for Enigma Gaming. Only one, I think, for XTZ, meaning the round went very well for XTZ Esports. Enigma's eco in a ditch. XTZ now with the 2-round lead in the perfect part to make it a 3-round lead and really just significantly keep pushing forward. This is what we are talking about, right? At the end of the day, XTZ as a team, not necessarily because of their composition, but as a team, they're much better on the attacking side when they're being proactive and deciding the tempo of the match. When they're deciding where the fights happen, that's where XTZ look at the best. But look towards this mid, Buster pushed in from the mid angle, but Zai once again being that sneaky jet, getting into these corners that they don't expect. He finds one and then another headshot to secure a lead for XTZ Esports. Harsh with the lurk down at A. It's Enigma completely demolished in the recon.
It's easy. They're showing us what they can do. That is for sure. That's gonna be 9 and 6 on the scoreboard, and they are winning it out in a lot more of a decisive manner than they did previously when they were forced out into the losers bracket by Enigma on this map. And it seems that Enigma, they're having a pretty rough time moving on forward. But at the same time, we have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, that those were the forced buy rounds and the eco rounds coming on through for this map. And now there's going to be the actual first buy round for the side of Enigma, with Ghost now pulling out as operator. And see, we know what he can do when he has that operator in his hand. And Hirsch, he needs to be a little bit careful because he's been going on this lurk a little bit too much, and he could be punished for it.
Now, XTZ, as you said, they're spreading out once again. Sai with the sneak push onto mid. He's gonna win the duel against SMX, pick up a kill, gets tagged by the operator, but since it went through the wall, does not get taken down. Sai left really low, but the heal, the heal actually went to the wrong player. Sai's gonna be mad after that. It will mean that he will switch out his gun as well. make sure that he has the Spectre instead of that Vandal because he has the lesser HP, allowing Blackhawk to carry it over. Now you can see XTZ, amongst all of that, they've taken aggressive A-side control. They've got the spike planted, but they're not able to clear out the back of the site. So Hika with a huge position to allow a lot of space for his team to go push for the retake. Now Buster on this flank is going to be huge. If he can take out Sai here, the flank completely opens up, but he doesn't check his left entirely. Sly with this sneak, he'll take down Buster, but on the other end, it's Badman with the kills. Now Blackhawk, last man standing, he'll pull out the showstopper. Tag goes down a little low and not leave him with a choice. He has to go for the save.
And with this operator save, this is going to be slight second win for their side, but at the same time, normally when you go in for a save with the operator, when your team cannot go in for buys, you're not really going to have a lot of backup. You need to get at the bare minimum of 3 kills with this operator to give your team even a chance to keep on fighting, moving on forward. Because either Enigma, they go in for a force buy with all of their members going in for the half shields, or they opt to go in for a save instead, and they're going to be opting to go on for the first option with everyone going in for the force buys with only half shields, and this giving the weapons advantage and the economic advantage towards the side of XTZ, and you can see it in their money. Just look at how much cash they have. 7,400, 8,000, 3,000, 7,000, and 4,000 plus. All the members of XTZ, they're absolutely rich, and they can just keep on snowballing even more because that round was just so clean coming out.
Now, this operator that was saved, it's going to be the X factor if Enigma are to pull it back. And you can see XTZ trying to bait it out. The jump peaks, the turret peak, everything coming out to deter the operator from finding the first blood. And they do so brilliantly. Ghost able now forced to switch his positioning. He's going to try to find his way onto A side, not expecting a B side push with the Viper in Badman making a lot of noise, taking down the turret. But XTZ, they're holding their cards close to their chest. They don't want to give away any information. Instead, playing very defensive with their approach, looking for an aggressive push to try and punish out. You can see Buster though, he's made his way aggressively into the kitchen, and Sai with the updraft, even though he gets on top of Tube, doesn't know that Buster is right below him. Buster should know, Buster should have heard the audio cue, and you can see with the shock darts coming out, he's revealed the information to his team. Sai barely spotting out Badman's head. What was that shot? Picks up 1 kill, and he has been such a crucial factor to XTZ's success in the attacking side so far, creating so much space for his team with his sneaky plays, with his first bloods. Now XTZ looking to utilize that, push forward their advantage. The lockdown coming down, the plant as well. They're in a comfortable position to close it off.
You have to give it to Rexy to have the 900 IQ to go in for that slower, man. Because, like, what is this slower? Where did it come from? But Rexy's like, I got the IQ. I knew what you were thinking. He gets the detain, waits a little bit more time, and it's gonna be enough time for her to come in from the side of the tube and to take it all away. It's gonna be Blackhawk with Bob Whip with a second, and a beautiful round execution coming out from the side of XTC. You have to give it to Sai, though, to get that kill down onto Badman with his own positioning, and then the setup coming out from the side of Rexy with the wall placed a little bit more tilted this time around, so he has a lot of the backup coming on through from a lot of the angles, and he plays and he cushions himself closer to the wall so he cannot get spammed out from the side of Snowman. A beautiful change of tactics coming out from the side of Rexy, and of course the positioning from the side of Uptube and from the side of Yellow Control being established by Blackhawk, basically meaning that the entirety of the side of XTC, they had full control of every single one of their sidelines, and they were able to hold down the fort, get the spike in their favor, and still hold down on the post line. But it seems as though Enigma, they're angry about what happened in the last round. They're going into the gunfight and they're winning it all out. And one after the next, the bodies are going to be dropping on down, taking us down to a 2 versus 5. And CA could be over for the side.
Now Wimp and Blackhawk is the last member standing. Wimp, he picks up 1 kill. Blackhawk, he gets tagged by that shot dart. But him being there, Wimp picking up another, pulling back XTZ into this round. But there is a huge issue for them over here, which is that spike is dropped, and you can see like a swarm of ants, all of Enigma gaming hovering around that, waiting for XTZ to just drop into that area, that kill zone, for them to just completely demolish them. XTZ, they're going to take it slow. They have the time. They have about 40 seconds left. Normally in such situations, you have about 20 to 30 seconds and you can't make your move. So XTZ, they have a little bit more time. to try and get into optimal positions. But now with the 30-second mark approaching, them getting spotted out, they need to go for place, and Ghost will deny that. A really nice headshot, a dash. The Blade Storm coming out as well to keep Enigma Gaming alive in this map. They refuse XTC the match point and bring them to 11-7. In the last round, I noticed Sai, he was really vibing, dancing, feeling himself, and rightfully so. He's been on point. But with Enigma Gaming really upping the temperature with the aggressive push that they made in this round, I'm sure that XTZ will have been given a reality check. They understand that they need to maintain their goals, try to finish this off as soon as possible, refuse Enigma a chance, any chance of coming back in this matchup.
They need to be very careful as well, because Enigma, they as a team are adapting at a rapid pace at this point, and they understand what they need to do. But at the same time, it's only one more round for the side of XTZ to take us to match point, and with match point going on through in their side, they're gonna be really happy moving on forward, that is for sure.
Poison's off.
But now, it seems as though Enigma, they're gonna be playing it a lot more safer instead of going in for the aggressive push. They've wanted to change up their strategies as much as possible. It is gonna be Buster going in for that wall down onto Tube to stop any sort of an aggressive push coming down from the side of Kitchen. But it seems as though all of the members of the side of the attackers are slowly but surely making their way down onto the B side. A lot of noise is being made onto the side of B, but with the double stack, one on the top, one on the bottom, they should be able to find the kills. The wall goes on through once again, and ladies and gentlemen, the side of XTZ, they're scared to push on through just yet. No information being given away, but Batman spot out the shoulder of one, and Batman's gonna be popping the ult. This should be a deterrent for the entire of the attackers to not go down under this sideline, but it seems XTZ, they didn't get the memo. They're gonna be the ones to push on in into the awaiting arms of Buster. Buster's busting down the doors of Enigma, busting down the doors of XTZ one by one. And now with a fast push coming on down towards the A side, they don't really have a lot of time to work with it. They're gonna be going into the waiting arms of Ghost instead, not being able to hit the shot. But side control has been established, and the spike about to go down soon.
The Hunter's Fury to delay that plant, though. Rexy trying to dance it out, gets tagged and taken down with 10 seconds left, and that spike down. This round all but over for XTZ Esports. Hashi's going for the hero plays. He finds one kill, but Buster and Hika there to finish him off will make it 11-8 for Enigma Gaming. Batman playing that very well with three aspects of that round. Number one, the fact that he's modified his wall approach rather than going for that much more greedy garage wall towards that mid area. He's limited himself to the B, accepted that his job right now is try to hold down that B side as much as possible, rely on his team to anchor down that A area, and he's done so perfectly. The one-way smokes with the wall, giving him so much time to establish yellow control and get that peak. That peak giving him the opportunity to get the ult through, and him holding down that side perfectly forced XTZ into the hands of Ghost, who once again with the dash is playing his reactions, getting out of the way, allowing his team to come, and the retake on point. Now you can see XTZ, they're trying to answer back with the ultimate of their own. The lockdown come in, the walls as well. The resurrection for Rexy, it's still 5v5. And now the lockdown, it was going to detain Batman, but Sai, he dashes in, takes him down. 5v4 on the map, but the showstopper coming out to try and stop it does not get any fruition. Instead, Sai just waiting, mows them down and looking for his foe. He's gonna get taken down, but hey, Sai, he cleared out so much space for his team.
That is a lot of space to be found, and match point on the board for the side of XTZ as well. If they're able to hold on strong, but Buster has the resurrection. He gets that one down on the SMX, picking him back up, giving him the second wave that he needed to try and take this fight back. And the operator is going to be the hands of Ghost as well. They need to be very careful, because with the nano swarms coming on through, they want to push it aggressively, but they're not going to be able to run through the back end as well. It's going to be for him to get the first initial spell down on the Buster. Ghost not being able to hit the shot down on the Blackhawk. That's going to be hurting a lot, because Urge is going to be there to get another kill of his own from the back end. He does block off the operator angle, basically needs that SMX. He's in no man's land. He cannot go in for the spike defuse whatsoever, because Ghost is not going to be there to give him the backup. And with the spike going boom, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the match point round for the side of XTZ. And Sai, he's going to be feeling himself for sure after that.
We were talking about this in the pre-match lobby, right? Like, one of the key factors in XTZ's win against Godlike yesterday was Sai on the operator, creating a lot of space for his team and enabling his team to play much more comfortably in their angles. Like, for example, the way Hush was able to anchor down, or the way Rexy able to push forward aggressively, Wimp being much more comfortable in his positions, all came true. But this time, he's really shining on the attack, being the entry fragger, putting his life on the line to get kill after kill and create so much space and allowing his team to play much more aggressively on the basis of that, doing brilliantly here. Now you can see XTZ, they're grouping up, going for this A-side approach. The shot from Ghost not landing through today. It's Sai instead who will take him down, willing to challenge the operator to the face. Sai finds first blood. Blackhawk with the push with another for SMX and Batman. They've already answered back. The lineups are there. The shot dot comes through, but the second one not ready, meaning the plant not denied. Instead, Rexy able to get away in time, and Sai takes down SMX, leaving a 2v3 situation with Buster and Badman last man standing. Now the B-Bros, they're here to try to get something done, but instead Sai is ready. The head showing Sai, he finds the shot, and Sai he's finding so much space, refusing any hope of them. The wall will come through. Shot for Sai, that was insane. The draft coming in. Buster will take him down, but he's running out of time. He has to go for the defuse, but it's not 2v1, it's 3v1 because that turret will refuse him anything. This is match point for XTZ.
Attackers win.
Match point and match win itself. They're gonna be able to take the revenge story on Icebox. But Sai, he's feeling it. He's kissing it strong. He knows what's up. He knows exactly what is going on, ladies and gentlemen. Sai, he's gonna be feeling it. They're all gonna be really happy moving on forward. You can see the relief on Rexy's face as he tells his teams, "Good job, boys. We did it. We took away Icebox from the hands of Enigma." A beautiful showing of skill, and they are carrying the momentum that they had when it came to the match going up against God like XTZ. This has completely reformed the team, that is for sure. And they're just showcasing that, hey, with time, yeah, we may lose out on one time around, but we're not going to be losing the second time, that is for sure.
I think that was Groot. That Sai was just showing us. So I am Groot, more like I am Sai, refusing to give up ground, being that stalwart for his team, leading from the front. Absolutely phenomenal. And the team as well, props to be given to them for really enabling his approach, right? Allowing him to push in and keeping his back at all times to get the trades when he goes down. They were really, really good in the way they adapted and really strong in this map. Now, Enigma going down in the icebox, they're going to have to pull it back in map 2. But before we get to there, let's quickly go to the LG Ultra Gear match highlights. Talk about what changes happened from the last time we saw Enigma versus XTZ to this time when we saw Enigma versus XTZ. I think the first thing that was very obvious to me was that XTZ as a team have changed radically since the last time we saw them play against Enigma. They've gone back, they've reviewed the wards, they've understood the mistakes they made, and they've come up stronger as a team because of it. But I'm not sure I could say as much of the same about Enigma. Don't get me wrong, they have really improved, and the fact that the new team of course comes into play, but at the end of the day, I'm seeing a lot more of those default approaches which XTC is able to really adapt to, rather than the immediate strategic spontaneous adaptation that is necessary to take down a team like XTC. So in this particular map, I think it came down to that adaptation. XTC very willing to change who they are to become better because of their experience taking down Enigma Gaming and starting off that revenge story just offline.
They did it beautifully this time around as well, see. But still, they cannot get too cocky because you have to remember that this is a best of 3 and they need to be very careful moving on forward onto their second map as well, because Enigma, they're not going to be budging whatsoever, and now they're going to be on guard because I do believe that they took this match a little bit too lightly and the momentum going out of their hands really quickly, thinking that, hey, we won out first time around on the map of Icebox, maybe we can win out once again, but XTZ proving them wrong beautifully with a lot of their mechanical skill and of course their team play. The team play coming out from the side of XTZ, and Sai, he was just feeling it. Those pinpoint precision shots coming on down onto the head of Batman. Batman's gotta be feeling it. It just didn't happen one time, it happened 2 times. Firstly, it was on the side of Tube, and then it happened to him over the Sage wall. That's just absolutely insane. Sai, he's feeling it today, and he's gonna be super dangerous on the operator, on the battle, no matter whatever he uses. And on the second map, Enigma, they need to be on guard.
Definitely, but we have to remember both of these teams came from the semi-finals in a reverse sweep. Both of these teams lost their first map, so I think they both realized that they cannot let down their guard for even a second, because anything can happen. As you said, it's a best of 3, so we can expect the very best from both Enigma and XTZ in that map too. It will be an exciting affair, especially considering the map. But while we go set up for that, if you want to play like the pros with the LG Ultra Gear 144Hz 1MS gaming monitor, or upgrade your gaming gear with the latest esports offerings from HyperX, you can check out both the links in the description below. Give yourselves a chance to become one of the very best by picking up one of the very best. We're going to go set up for map 2, and we'll see you there with the LG Ultra Gear TEC Valorant Invitational Season 2 really soon.
Now, he pulls out the showstopper to try and make the difference. He's playing it smart. He's not playing it aggressively.
Buying that extra bit of time for himself is very complicated with that. Now you can see Ghost though.
That's gonna be end-to-end combat on the 130. He does a double stack. His own accord. Batman going in for the spray, but he's going in for a bit too early. Batman's over the Vegas. That's what? And man, you absolute boogie, man.
Your champions. Definitely worthy of a journey.
Where is everyone hiding?
I'll handle this. I'll fight everybody.
But ladies and gentlemen, even with a man advantage, it seems as a Blackhawk, he's getting burnt to a crisp. He's not gonna be able to hit the shot. As goes from the side as he gets that kill down on the name. It's gonna be quite difficult with the crossfire being set up, but it's gonna be whipping him to the
As 30 seconds left, which you can go.
What is gonna be hit the chiming in? He wants to come out on top and Sai, he gets the corner. Sai, he's able to survive. He gets the headshot. He's able to find a Sai with the 4K. Absolutely insane clutch coming out from the Phoenix.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Valorant Invitational Season 2, powered by HyperX, with Booyah as our broadcast partner. I'm CA, joined by Aggressive here to bring you Map 2 between XTZ Esports and ENIGMA Gaming. XTZ started off their revenge story perfectly, winning Map 1, and now going into Map 2, it's all about continuing that form. Let's take a quick look at that V2 screen, see what we have in store for us in Map 2. Is Aggressive going into bind? It's gonna be that Sky coming out for SMX. I know for a fact that EG, they're gonna come out with a bang.
they're gonna be pulling out that Sky, but at the same time, how much will that Sky help going up against a tried and true tested strategy that XTZ have in their side, being like Blackhawk on this race? Initially, when we saw Blackhawk pulling out this race pick, it really put a question mark on my face because when we know Blackhawk to be the Sova player, he always plays the Sova, he always plays the Omen, and then seeing how dominating he can be when he's on this race, playing those off angles against GOG like yesterday, it was just a showing to remember. And now pushing on down forward, I'm really looking to see how he's going to be playing on this map. Yes, the Sky is going to be going on through, but at the same time, you have to remember that the Sky pick basically means that you're going to need to be a little bit more proactive using the Sky as a flasher instead of an info agent whenever you're playing him, whenever you're playing her at such a high level.
Now, my eyes instantly went to Wimp logging in the Sova. Not what I was expecting at all. I was expecting the Sova to go onto Rexy and Wimp to pull out the KJ, but they switched it up. Wimp is going to pick up the Sova and Rexy on that Cypher. So this is a really interesting look for XTZ Esports, and we'll see how this change up in roles does affect the team as a whole. Because you know for a fact that XTZ, they're just vibing, they're feeling, I mean, going back to the figure Sai showed us, I called it a Groot. I later found out it was Hulk. And Sai, he's literally in that Hulk Sai smash mode. Everything he sees, he just takes down. And for Enigma, they're gonna have to find Scarlett Johansson, a Black Widow, really, you know, to calm that Sai down, make sure that he's not just taking them down left, right, and center. Now, looking at these two rosters, aggressive, I see the two key differences being that Sky for Enigma Gaming versus the Sova and the Killjoy versus the Cypher. Now, the Killjoy versus Cypher debate we've had a lot of times, so I'm going to put that aside for now and talk about the Sky versus the Sova. Besides these two agents being different in themselves, it's the fact that for XTZ, with that Sova, they don't have a flashes, but Sky, she brings that to the table, and that flash is exactly what is going to get Ghost Lamps control as well as a couple kills. Enigma starting off firing as he did in map 1.
Spike planted.
Enigma, they just holding down the W key and just mowing down all of the members of the side of XTZ. They're not ready for any of it, and I don't think at XTZ they were expecting such a fast rush. But when you have a Sky on your team, this basically means that you want to try and go in for these fast rushes as much as possible. And this was a flawless round. CA, they took no damage whatsoever. No, none of the members of the side of Enigma took any damage.
Yeah, and I don't even think the Sky used their heal. So it was literally just, you know, how it comes through, I think in, I'm not sure, I think it's Mortal Kombat where you like just don't take any damage. Literally just perfect round. And you just demolish your opponents. That's exactly what happened here today. XTZ taking down the pistol, but hey, this happened in map 1 as well. Enigma, they won their pistol in the first half in map 1, but XTZ, for them, the game is all about adaptation and already doing just that. The eco rush coming through for the A shot. Enigma, they tried to make their way to B, but if they hold on in this B shot position for too long, they will be punished. They don't do that. Instead, they're moving into side. It's going to be Hush getting found out, taken down, and Badman taking down Wimp, meaning the flank held strong and the side taken for Enigma Gaming. The Spectres working perfectly. It just goes with the save. The rest of their team, their investments really paying off.
And his teammates did opt to go in for a wraparound and see if they can find something down. But here we can already see the crossfire being set up, and the crossfire is not going to be holding down strong, as it's going to be Batman taking a kill down on the Blackhawk. And it's going to be Hika taking one onto his own silence. And it's going to be another flawless round coming out from the side of the attackers, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to be able to carry over all of their Spectres to go in for a bonus round, with only Ghost opting to go in for that upgrade because he did opt to go in for his own Ghost. Ghost playing with his Ghost. And now he's going to be able to upgrade to that Phantom. But still, it is going to be the first Byron coming out from the side of the defenders. And here's where the tempo of the entire match is going to be set. We saw this initially as well, where the side of XTZ, they had a hard time trying to adapt towards the strategies of Enigma, but slowly but surely, they were able to build up their own strategies and just take Enigma by surprise.
At 2-0, the Byron coming through for XTZ Esports. Enigma trying to go for the default A approach, getting Lamps control, the Trailblazer followed by the dash in for the Jet. But this time, the Lamp is secured with that Trapfire and held through by Blackhawk, so it's going to be a much harder task. But with the guiding lights to force Blackhawk out of that corner, it is Enigma pushing in. Now Rexy with the backup, he finds the first kill, but immediately gets raided out by Ghost. It's Enigma now pushing it to side, taking control of that dark area to get the plant, but they haven't got full side control, and they're going to make
my God, Blackhawk.
pay for that. Blackhawk hogging that cubby, playing it perfectly, finds the planter, then with a nasty flick for another. It's Ghost now with the trade, but 2v3 in a very sticky situation. XTZ in control.
Ghost has only 8 HP and Batman has only 3 HP, collectively 12 HP to try and go in for a clutch against 3 very healthy members of the side of the defense. That is gonna hurt. They go into the fire, they go out of the fire and into the frying pan itself, and that's gonna be all but over, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of the attackers. They take a massive hit coming out from the side of the defenders, but still you have to remember that that was a bonus round coming out for the side of Enigma, so they're not gonna be that damaged when it comes to the terms of the eco, but at the same time the spike plant was denied. So if the side of Enigma, they do not win out on this round, they're gonna be taking a massive hurdle when it comes to their economy being forced onto a save.
Yeah, they are able to pick up the buys, as you said, because of the fact that that last round was the bonus. But since there was no real advantage in that round, this round, everything is on the table, and XTZ already adapting to their approach. The aggressive peaks, the double peaks actually coming in towards that long side to pick up the first blood. But Enigma trying to flip the pressure onto the other side. The push coming in towards the A, the Sky leading the charge, with Hika following up on the flashes, picking up a double. Hika, he's taken heaven control and he picks up another kill and will refuse any rotation from Harsh. But Harsh, he will knock back down, finds the first kill, but the spam to reveal his position, meaning Wimp left in a 1v3, gets flashed, gets blinded, and revealed as well. Wimp, I think the best thing to do here is go for the save.
That's for sure, especially when you're down in this 1 versus 3 situation with no information to work with, and with the post ones being this strong, it is going to be Wimp to go in for that save. But at the same time, let's just talk about what happened in this round specifically. It was actually Hiccup being able to go so aggressive down from the side of Showers, because you have to remember that Sai, he got the first initial kill and he was backing off, and Wimp was able to use that moment of retreat to just go in for the push himself, get that kill down on the side, and then go in for a rapid swing onto the person holding down from near green box, and he was able to get the kill down with his own grenade, forcing him out into the open, into his awaiting crosshair to go in for that headshot, and then taking aggressive heaven control. It was all but over for the side of the defenders, ladies and gentlemen. And Hika, he played that beautifully. He was able to clean up the entire side for his team and then go in for an aggressive swing of his own. A very beautiful showing of skill coming out from the side of Enigma. But now, taking us down to this 1-3 scoreline, it is gonna be a save round, I do believe, or force buy round coming out from the side of XTZ, as they try to hold it back down with a very aggressive hold down on the side of Shower.
Now you see all 5 members, sorry, all 4 members of Enigma trying to push into the lamps. It's the flash and dash combo, but XTZ, they're aggressively taking lamps control. The stack onto this A side, leaving Harsh alone on B, is working out perfectly for XTZ so far. They picked up 2 kills and made sure that their eco round has yielded a lot of fruit. Now Harsh, he had been left alone in that B side. He is the anchor trying to hold it down with just the sheriff in his hand, but the backup already coming in. Wimp and Blackhawk making their way there as Enigma try to push into the side. The shock darts, they're going to do a bit of damage, but not enough. The plant will end up going through. XTZ, they choose to play on that reason.
Very smart plan indeed, because they do have 5 members on their side, and Sai with only 3 HP, he's going there for a sneaky flank of his own, slowly but surely making his way forward and maybe getting a kill down on the Buster, who's not going to be suspecting much at all. But SMX, he's going to be the one to get the first initial kill down on the one. The paranoia is going to be coming on through, but Sai, he has such a beautiful position. He's going to be able to spawn out one. He goes in for the taps, and he's going to be able to find one on the Buster, and he gets down to a 2 versus, making a 1 versus 4 situation with only Batman to be the one to try and clutch out this round. But DMC Batman will have a lot of heroes, and maybe he's gonna be able to do another. He does get 2 kills, but that's probably gonna be it, as there should be enough time to go in for the spike defuse, barely enough, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna be going on through with 0.21 seconds. XTZ, they played the clock down to the T pretty much. That was a beautiful showing of a defensive retake.
Yeah, and they did all of that with semi-buys in their hands. Harsh with the Sheriff. I think Blackhawk had the Bucky. So XTZ making really good work of their semi-buys to pull off that round. It just absolutely huge for their eco because now it gives a Sai to to hop on to his operator. And for me, like aggressive, the way we saw Sai hold it down on the defensive side last time around, enable that comeback in the first half of Icebergs. This operator gonna be absolutely huge. Now Blackhawk with the aggressive showstopper, he's looking for some. He's able to find SMX and with the propelling force able to get out of the radius of that showstopper in time. Doesn't take much damage, gets that two-man advantage. Now goes, he's trying to equalize it against XTZ. With the help of Bagman, he's picked up a kill each, but Rexy winning the duel against Hika will mean that XTZ 3v2, they're in a comfortable position with the neural theft coming out to go for the retake.
And now with the TPs coming on through as well, Badman, he's gonna be able to pop down the lockdown to see if he can just stop any sort of an aggressive push coming down towards him. But now with the halfway spike defuse going on through Rexy, he's playing it so selflessly. He's able to get the halfway defuse, and this is gonna be massive for the side of the defenders, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, it is just Ghost and Badman to try and plus this one out. They don't really have a lot of HP, but they have enough HP to go in for the shots instead. And now Sai down in this 1-versus-2 situation. He's gonna be going in for the stick, but Badman, he knows what's up. He knows the halfway defuse has gone on through. He's gonna be opting to go in for the swing and take it all away. A beautiful showing of skill coming out from the members of Enigma. And Ghost and Badman, they love to live on the edge. 3 HP means nothing to them.
That was way too close for comfort. I mean, just like the previous round, the teams really at each other's throats, giving it all they've got. This time it was Ghost and Badman pulling it off. Ghost in a really nice position, utilizing those boxes in Hookah to perfection to just mask his presence and get the jiggles with his shots as much as possible, really delaying the diffuse as much as he could. That combined with the lockdown for Badman as well as his patience make sure that Enigma able to pick up the round. Now once again, Shower's control taken for XTZ, but his Showers traded for Lamps is Enigma. They'll pick up a kill on the other side, equalize that trade, and get Lamps control for themselves. Now the paranoia coming out, it's Ghost moving it inside the Seekers to reveal exactly where XTZ are, and the Seekers use to then win these duels. Badman, he picks up one, but the Hunter's Fury coming through for XTZ Esports. Wimp causing a lot of damage, not allowing this plant to go through, but not actually picking up any kills. Meaning, Rexy, those shots didn't land. I think he hit one headshot, but was not able to get the kill. Ghost able to get the wall back, pick up the kill. Now 4v2 for Enigma.
Wait a second, Ghost, is your arm okay after that, my man? What was that flick? He was looking in the other direction, he turns around and just whips a headshot into the dome of Rexy. He has no care in the world for any of it. But Hurd, he's gonna be the one to make the difference. He's not gonna be able to find the second one on the SMX though. And he does get taken out. And that is gonna be 2-5 on the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. The Sky showing a lot of dominance on the map of Vine, and it seems as though Enigma, this is their second win to keep on fighting, because now they have 3 rounds on the board in their favor, and these kind of aggressive pushes are really working out on their side, because they need to try XTZ. They need to respect the Sky flashes coming on through, and they're opting to play a lot more defensively, and the map control being established by the entirety of Enigma is just a little bit too much to handle. And XTZ, they probably just need to be a little bit more aggressive, because their defensive holds are not going to be working going up against the Sky.
Yeah, XTZ, they're gonna have to try to deny the proactive control being taken by Enigma again and again, and they're trying to do just that. Very aggressive B-long push as Harsh holds down Hookah. He's gonna go down 1 for 1, but bringing all the attention to him, meaning nobody checking B-long. Sai finds the first kill and spots his spike carrier out. Now, Buster with the smoke will deny the vision to that B-long, and he'll force Wimp to go back towards his side, keep an eye there, as Sai keeps his eye on that B-lobby area. Now, the flash is coming out as SMX and Buster try to clear out the east side once again. Pick up the spike with Sai, he's gonna spot him out. The trade comes out, and even though neither person goes down, the health advantage in favor of XTZ as SMX tagged real low. This is the one key disadvantage of the Sky. Despite the fact that you have the heal, you can't heal yourself. And Side looking to push his advantage. He pushes in too long, picks up a kill onto Buster. Even though he gets traded out, this is time running out for Enigma. XTZ with the man advantage.
Now the push is going to be coming on through. The recon ball does spot out Hika. And now Wim
30
knows for a
seconds
fact that
left.
he's going to be deep inside of side. A good amount of information being found. And once again, we're going to be going down to a 2 versus 2 situation. The spike is just about to go down. Hika, he still does have a showstopper. And this one showstopper could be what they need. But Wim, he dodges out the headshot at the very last second. Hika's not going to be able to adjust fast enough. Blackhawk goes in for the Ferrari swing GTA style. And he's going to be able to get the headshot down onto SMX. Not expecting a thing. And that is going to be the momentum going in the favor of the side of XTZ once again as they take the third round on their board as we move into the 9th round of this.
XTZ Esports doing exactly what we wanted them to do, aggressive. Like the idea of taking the fight to Enigma Gaming, it's not just because for me like countering the Sky, it's also because it plays into XTZ's strengths. They're not a team that does well when they're waiting in the shadows, lurking, trying to get the other team to come to them. No, they're a team that loves to take the fight to their opponent. They're a team that likes taking those one-on-one duels, and that's where they really excel. So I like the fact that they were much more proactive in that last round, able to pick it up and secure a huge advantage for them. Force that Sky on SMX to instead just try to play defensively rather than proactively, remove the advantage altogether. XTZ now 3-5. Let's see if they can keep doing that, because Enigma, they're opting for a much more methodical approach, seeing if an aggressive push comes out to punish it. But Sai on that off angle atop the boxes, he picks up one with the help of Blackhawk. The spam comes through for XT. 2 more in their favor. XTZ in full control of this round.
The double swing coming on through to the side of Hika as well. Hika, he was not ready for it. He did not expect that to happen to him. And he's going to be paying the price for it. And now it's going to be leaving Buster down in this 1 versus 5 situation. But at the same time, CA, we know what Buster is capable of. He's been busting down doors for a really long time. And now down in this 1 versus 5, he could be the one to make this different and clutch this one out. Even yesterday, we did see him just pull off an incredible clutch nearly going down in a 1 versus 5 situation of his own. But at the very end of it all, he is going to get spotted out by the Cypher camera. So here is where the real pain is about to start. Buster, he does have the ultimate, and he's going to be opting to use it to go down onto the B side. But with, he has his phone number. He's holding down from the side of B long, and he needs to be careful. The ultimate going on through Buster. He's playing it very cheekily, though. But from the side of the defenders, they're not being aggressive whatsoever. They want to wait for this fight plan. They don't know where he is, but at the very end of it all, Buster, he needs to go in for this plan. And this plan is going to be the catalyst to start the push. It's going to be a push coming out from the side of Whip, using a recon ball to make sure he gets every advantage possible for himself. Goes in for the swing, gets the headshot to take him out. And that's going to be the flawless round for the side of the defenders, ladies and gentlemen, taking us down to a 4-8.
Nice effort from Buster to try and pull something off. At least he was able to get the plan through. But XTZ with a flawless round. This is giving me deja vu aggressive. Like, we saw Enigma start off dominantly in the first half of map 1. We saw them take a significant lead. Very similar to what they did here in map 2. It was 5-2. But now with XTZ back-to-back rounds, just as they did in map 1, they pulled it back to 6-6 in Icebox. Now at 4-5, that 6-6 definitely on the cards. Potentially even XTZ could be looking to take a lead here. Either ways, it looks like they're back in that driver's seat and able to take control of this match by the reins and deny any sort of push for Enigma. Now, I really like this setup from XTZ. They've stacked onto that B side, expecting a push in, leaving this raise on Blackhawk to hold down A, and choosing to play on the A retake if the push comes in. Now Blackhawk, he spots out the guiding light. He'll throw out his grenades and give the info to his team that, hey, the A push is coming down now. The backup ready for Blackhawk. It's Wimp who finds the first kill, and now Blackhawk looking for more. Enigma, they're choosing to take the TP, go back to B though, but Rexy, he's ready with his utility to take them down.
Rexy is holding it down, but with the showstopper coming on through from the side of Inca. But Rexy, what is that aim? What is this guy when it comes to his tracking? He's gonna be able to take down 3. He's looking for his 4th. But SMX, he finds 3 himself. Now taking it down to a 2 versus 1 situation. He pulls out the Seekers to see if they can find something, and he's gonna be able to spot out everyone. No one in the flank is gonna be safe, but one of the Seekers is still alive, CA. It's following Sai down onto the side of A short. He knows exactly where Sai's gonna be at, but the paranoid is gonna be coming on through, wasting so much time. Beautiful plays coming out from the side of XTZ. They're not giving anything away just yet. Going in for the swing is gonna be Sai, and Sai with the wide swing is gonna be the one to take down SMX. A beautiful spray control coming out from him to take that kill off the board, and that is gonna be 5-5 on the scoreboard. Even Stevens going it all down. But SMX with the heroics, he nearly pulled it off, but it just wasn't enough going up against XTZ.
Hika says fire in the hole, tries to propel himself into the side, but doesn't check the cubby. Rexy just like, oh, there's a guy flying in front of me. I'm gonna kill him. Easy claps. Thank you very much. Picks up the kill and another to drop the spike carrier. And despite a really good effort from SMX on that sky, gaining a lot of information using his seekers, it's XTZ who pick up the round. The operator now online for Sai, and the operator will mean Sai smash aggressive peek to Shovers. He takes down one, looking for the next, ends up getting missing the shot and flashed out. The click on that blade storm missing, will not miss for Ghost on the other side though. He picks up a kill, and Rexy though, he takes him down, and the neural theft, the hats coming out for that cypher, gives so much information to the side of XTZ Esports, but the Stinger will raise the 3 for SMX. Not for long. XTZ with their better weaponry, they take down the round, and that was the quick eco rush from the side of Enigma Gaming, just completely denied by XTZ.
That was a bit rough to watch. That showers fight went on for way too long. It was SMX to come to the rescue of Batman in that situation. But still, at the very end of it all, it was a very good defensive hold coming out from the side of the defenders. They had all the angles covered, they had the sightlines in their favor, and they were able to take the gunfights that most suited them. And with the double swings coming on through from their side as well, they were just able to take all of the advantages going up against the side of the attackers, because once again, they opted to go in for an aggressive push of their own. And it feels as though, coming out from the side of Enigma, all of the strategies that they're employing onto the side of attack feels very one-dimensional, and XTZ, they're able to exploit it. They understand that, hey, we know for a fact of how you are playing, we know what you are trying to do, and you're just doing it over and over again. We know how to counter it. And at this point, Enigma, they need to understand this, and they need to try something different. Maybe playing it a little bit more slower instead of going in for these aggressive rushes. Try and establish map control. Try and establish B-long control. Maybe try and sneak someone through some of these sight lines. You need to try something a little bit more different, because at this point, nothing is working. Especially when Sai hits shots like that. Oh no.
This man will not miss. Sai, aggressive peek in Showers last round, aggressive peek in B short this round, gets away with a little bit of his HP left, and now Blackhawk, knowing that they're coming, does not check the cubby. The cubby is the kryptonite of the Razes in this map. They refuse to check it, and they pay for it every single time. Blackhawk killed with the rocket in his hand, enabling Enigma to take control of this side, and in this last round, this could be just what Enigma need to pull back the scoreline to 6-6, take us to that even Stevens, try to pull it back in defense. But the lockdown ready for those attackers, now delaying the retake for XTZ a lot, but the lockdown not covering the heaven, so the opportunity here for Wim to pick up the kills, but he gets tagged out, he has nowhere to go, and that will mean Enigma Gaming get more than enough time to get into their post plants.
Blocking sight.
You do see that Ghost, he has a beautiful position of his own, and he does find a headshot down on the side as well. He's looking for some more, but the ball is going to be piling on up one by one for the side of the defenders. It's going to be Hiccup with a 3K for himself as well to take us out to a 6-6. And CA, this is pretty much deja vu at this point. We saw a 6-6 on map number 1, a 6-6 on map number 2. Anything can happen. We can even see an overtime coming on through for both of these teams.
I mean, absolutely. Like, these teams have been utterly phenomenal in their approach, and they have been so close to each other, really bringing the light to that revenge story, you know? Like, a revenge story is not that great when one team ends up dominating another. It's only really good when both of the teams are at each other's throats, making sure that for every advantage one team gets, the other team pulls back on the other side. It's like a spring that goes both of the ways, and you can't really be sure of which way it's gonna land. And for us spectators, that's the best thing that we can ask for. Now 6-6, XTZ, they went really far ahead in their own attacking half in Icebox, but Icebox completely different from Bind, so we'll see what Enigma able to pull off. In terms of buys, I see a tankier approach from XTZ, 3 people with light shields and those classics, and it might work out for them. But that turret, the 6th man for Enigma, allows Batman to go for the peak. He picks up one. Rexy with the return, though, it's going to be up to Ghost to get the advantage for Enigma. It does just that. And now Enigma, all of them ready in this A side to go for that retake.
Poll is just about to start, and it's going to be the Wolf to come in for the side. of ENIGMA to try and clear out the showers angle, and it's gonna be Buster to go in for the back end, being able to find a lot of the kills himself. Rexy, he does get swatted out by the alarm bot, and with the spike being held on strong, he's not gonna be able to find much whatsoever. The run and gun is gonna be clean, and Buster chiming in with his own headshot with SMX on his side to clean it all up. And it's gonna be 6 and 7 on the scoreline, ladies and gentlemen, and with a beautiful showing of a retake situation and a strong defensive hold, they're gonna be able to read out the aggressive push coming down from the side of XTZ, and they're gonna be able to exploit it, mainly because of one very key important factor. No one opted to go in for Shower's control. They all just huddled down into the side of Shower, basically making the push obsolete, because if you don't have Shower's control, that's one more angle you have to worry about. And the side of ENIGMA, they played that beautifully.
Satchel out.
Absolutely. I think it's also, as you said, right? Like, if there is no way you can really hold on to that post-mass, it gets almost impossible. And we'll get to that point really quick, because right now, the eco rush from XTZ just demolished in their track. The buys for ENIGMA reigning supreme. But he's picked up a Spectre for himself. He's picked up a couple kills, got the spike. Now will try to make his way onto A to get it down. Now you can see already on the map, Buster, he's had the early rotation to come into heaven and will be ready on this side to hold it down. Sai, he has a lot of time in his hands, over a minute left, so he can take his time in this position, try to get another kill before he goes for the plant, and he's trying to do just that. Playing so damn sneaky here. Sai waiting in the lamps for someone to get flustered, someone to move out, make a mistake so he can bounce, or make a wrong rotation and he can reap the benefits of it. Now Blackhawk is moving into the lamps. Hika ends up taking down. Sorry, Sai ends up taking down Hika, but Buster there for the backup. He'll find Sai, and that was a nice approach by Sai. 4 guns down for ENIGMA in XTZ's eco, meaning a really nice round for XTZ's.
Ooh, Buster was just in the perfect position. Imagine a world where Buster was actually onto the side of heaven. He would have had no way to go in for that refrag, but at the same time, I digress. I have to give it to ENIGMA to just play together and sticking together as a team in that situation. Because normally what would happen in a setting like this, the player would be holding down from one angle while another player is holding down aggressively from another angle. But in this situation, Buster, he knew what was up. He held it down with Hika staying close to him and him being able to get the refrag at the very end. Basically just ended it all down for their side. But it seems as though ENIGMA then going in for an aggressive run. The push is going to be coming on through. But Rexy, through it all, is still going to be able to get one kill. But that one kill is not going to be enough, as Badman from the sidelines gets another kill down onto Hirsch. And it seems as though the first buy round for the side of the attackers, CA, is not going that strongly as we would expect, but at the end of it all, this could be going in their favor. But Badman, what was that shot down on a whip? A good jiggle and a good counter strike to boot to take us down to a 2 versus 4 situation on the map, with the side of XTZ looking a bit dark.
2 versus 4, it's just Sai and Blackhawk left. They have the spike in their hands, so they can go for a push, but Ghost's positioning is so damn good on the A-shot angle. He giving his information to his team that, hey, none of them at A, all of you can stack up this B side, and that's exactly what ENIGMA doing. The turret coming down as well. Blackhawk dodges it in time, so it will not spot him out, but for ENIGMA Gaming, they're ready to counter any sort of push into this B side.
Left.
And now in the position, it's gonna be up to Sai to find this first kill onto Buster. The elbow deal coming out. Sai finds that instant headshot, creates the space to go for the plant. And in this 2v3 with a really low Hika, Blackhawk taking him down. Blackhawk nasty headshot to get another. The tables have turned. ENIGMA Gaming taken down from 2v4 to 2-0. Blackhawk and Sai pull off the absolute insane of a 2v4. I mean, I'm just shocked the way, like, the patience with which they approach the B side, the ability to win the duels on both sides in the lamps area as well as the halls area. Blackhawk, that nasty flick, they just pulled off a huge round for their team, because that was the buy aggressive. As you said, it wasn't going well, but with Sai and Blackhawk pulling it back, the eco now stabilized.
The dynamic duo of Sai and Blackhawk just closed it all out. I just written off the entirety of XTZ being like, they have no way of winning out this round. But that third placement, CA, that was the primary flaw in this plan. They did not expect any push to come out from the side of Blackhawk. Blackhawk was able to just maneuver himself in such a way that he pushed past that turret, went into the side of the cubby, and no one was expecting him to be there. Hika throwing in a nade thinking that he was going to be on the clear, but he does pay the price for it. And already on this round, we see the first advantage is going towards the side of the attackers, because they do have the guns in their favor. Sai taking a little bit of chip damage of his own, but the damage is being done from the sidelines. He's gonna be going in for that swing to make sure his teammate is gonna be safe on his own accord. Batman wants to go in for a sheriff play. He's not gonna be able to find it. Rexy on the lurk gets one on a buster, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna be a flawless round for the side of the attackers, taking us to an even 8-8 scoreline. But now this time around, we do see that Ghost, he's not gonna have enough for an operator, and he needs to go in for a broken by himself. And we do need to digress that Enigma, they need to try and get this operator online as fast as possible, because otherwise it's gonna be really rough for their end to try and hold down the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you need to try and get that operator online as soon as possible. And I think, given the fact that Enigma is struggling on the eco, it's gonna be a while before they do that. Now, you could see, for Enigma Gaming, as you said, this Byron gonna be really important aggressive. So, given that we have a pause, the team's taking a second to figure out the tactical aspect of the map. I do want to bring us to the conversation of where the difference between the Sova and Sky lies. Sova, he gives you reliable information on that defensive side with that recon bolt, and with that Sky, it's more about how you maneuver it, the execution. It's like the difference between Killjoy and Cypher, don't you think?
That's for sure. It's more like Sky awards you for being proactive with a lot of your plays, because with Sky, you have the option of like, okay, so this is like the funny aspect of Sky to me, because sometimes you can go in for the fake flash and allow your teammates to push up, because your opponent has to retaliate in someone. Maybe they have to look away, and you don't always have to flash out. Maybe you can use that as a fake flash, get a little bit of information, maybe force them to use a couple of their own bullets to try and break it down. You get information in that way, but this time around, he opts to go in for his own play, but Hika, he's like, no, who needs the flashes when I have a grenade? He throws out the grenade, and he's able to survive with only 2 HP to work with, but the heal is going to be coming out through from the side of the Sky, so he's gonna be healthy once again. Paranoia is gonna be pushed on down from the side of Buster as well, from the side of Lamb's angle. The pushes are gonna be coming on in. Riddle with bullets is gonna be hurt, but there's no Sky on his side to try and take this one away. It's gonna be Hika pulling out the showstopper, and he's gonna be able to stop the show in a pretty good showing. The push coming down from the side of XTZ, they are going to be denied, but look at Hirsch. Hirsch is in such a beautiful position of his own to work with. He's gonna be on the lurk, and he's gonna be the one to try and push down onto this A side. But with the rapid push going on down towards the B side, you already see the rotations going on through, and Blackhawk, he's gonna be the one to go in for his own aggressive play. Pulls out the showstopper this time around to see if he can get a kill of his own. The plan should be going on through soon enough, and with, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the post-plan situation for the side of the attackers. Now, the defenders, they need to go in for the post-plan with the lockdown going on down for the side of Batman.
3v3 on the map, this lockdown is going to create so much space, but Harsh's position is even bigger. He's not in purview of that lockdown, and with Blackhawk removing that flank from Hika, Harsh can just absolutely destroy any hope from the side of Enigma in this map. The neural step to give him more information. Hush, he's gonna find one. The Paranoia to set himself for another. It's Rexy picking up the loss. And what a round for XTZ Esports. Enigma, they did what we wanted. They as we were talking about, right? That Sky is all about the team play. It's not about individually getting the information and then transferring to your team. You need to proactively act on the information she's getting you in the moment to gain advantages for your team. And Enigma, they did that. They made a shovels push. They got the early advantage, but XTZ, in the chaotic fashion that they thrive, the way that they're able to equalize that and maintain their advantages. Harsh holding that shovels angle to get that slow lurky flank, perfect for the Omen he's playing. Absolutely huge for him, combined with Rexy and XTZ to pull off that round. Blackhawk, as usual, with the nasty shots. XTZ with the huge lead. Now Enigma, they're trying to fight back once again, making the proactive pushes, but this is their eco, and that firepower difference will come in huge. Wimp causes a bloodbath in the showers, but gets traded out. But Wimp causing so much noise towards his A side, meaning B side floodgates opened up for XTZ to take control. Ooh!
I feel bad for Hirsch at this point, because this man is not having a good day whatsoever. First he gets kicked in the head by a beautiful shot coming up from the side of Aka with that sheriff. He's gonna be at only 1 HP, and a bullet to his back is all that they need to take this one away. But the spike is out in the favor of the side of the attackers. Once again, it's gonna be 2 versus 2 on the map. Hika, he only has 8 bullets in his chamber. He does not want to go in for this reload just yet, but with the camera coming on down, it's gonna be the thing to spot out his last known position. But now down to 2 versus 2 on the map. We do see that Hika, he's gonna be on the disadvantage when it comes to his health, but Blackhawk, he reveals his position a little bit too early, but he's gonna be able to hit the headshot instead. He does find one, he spots out the jiggle, and it's gonna be Rexy and Blackhawk. This man on this race is just another beast entirely. Looking at the scoreboard as well, you can already see 16 kills for Rexy, 15 for Blackhawk, 15 for Sai. The team firing up on all cylinders, ladies and gentlemen. They're able to find out a lot of these engagements, and now double digits on the board for the side of XTZ, basically putting a lot of pressure onto the side of the defenders. ENIGMA, they need to bring this one back because you can already see that Ghost, he does have the operator on his stable, and that is a massive investment. And if he's not able to find something out with this operator this time around, he's never going to be able to get it back for the next couple of rounds.
Now Heka, he's pushed in aggressively into that A-shot angle. He picks up the first kill onto Harsh, and now he gets back into the side. But all the pressure he's caused in A-shot enables this guy and this Omen and Buster and SMX to take control of B-Long, get another kill for Enigma Gaming, and so far the buy round going perfectly for them. You can see Enigma Gaming, they're wandering around the side, but Sai with the attacking operator, he's taken out Hika, and now A site on the cards for XTZ, but they don't realize that this Killjoy still very much present. Her setups to basically deny the site, the A shot with the swarm grenades, the alarm bot with the swarm grenades and showers, both areas controlled by Badman. And even though Lamb's control was pushed in by Blackhawk, the information that the turret gives that Killjoy enables Badman to pick up a couple kills and leaves Sai in a pin surge situation with SMX coming in from the other side. Enigma making beautiful work of the pressure created by one half of the team to take control of the map on the other side.
The most important thing that we can see coming out from this round was the fact that the operator is still in the hands of Ghost, and Ghost, he's going to be able to create a lot of pressure on his own accord. But already, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that Enigma, they're making a massive read from their end, and this read is going to be beautiful because it's going to be a 4-stack down onto this B side, and they want to go in aggressively. They want to try and take this fight towards the side of the opponents, and they're going to be able to do it down to full fruition. It's going to be a rapid fire push coming up from the side of Ghost, and he's going to be the first one to get that kill down on a Blackhawk. And this is the kill that they needed. The push is going to be coming on down from the left hand side. We see a crossfire being set up, but the crossfire was just sorted out with the recon move coming on through. The recon move just so beautiful from the side of Whip, and already the side of the attackers, they had the advantage, but now it's the disadvantage going on through. But Ghost is going to be the one to get the advantage once again in their favor. Gets a kill down on the Rexy as he wants to go in for the jiggle, but Sai, he knows what's up. He wants to get this kill, and he has his crosshair straight. Beautiful crosshair placement to take down Ghost. But once again, we see a rapid push coming down onto this B side, and with all of the ultimates being present, into the shadows and also the Hunter's Fury, this is going to be massive for the side of the attackers. If they can get this fight down, it's all but over for the side of Enigma.
Spike planted.
And now, holding it down, we do see for a fact that it's going to be Badman making an aggressive push down of his own accord from the back end of it all. Badman, he's holding it down. He doesn't know where to go, but he does want out the gun barrel of Urge, and he's going to be able to take him out, and that's going to be a beautiful showing of his own skill. Now down to this 1 versus 1 is going to be Sai. He wants to try and jiggle this one out. He wants to try and take this as fast as he possibly can. But halfway the fuse is going to be going on through, but he wants to go in for the full Badman. He doesn't let go in time, and it's going to be Sai and Set to take him out, and that's going to be 11-9 on the scoreboard in the 11th round in the favor of XTZ CA. My emotions are getting toyed with once again. What are these teams up to?
And the spike's still in.
That was such an amazing round. Like, starting off with the prediction from Enigma Gaming in that B-side stack, they do really well to know that XTZ likely to push into that B-side because you don't really want to go for an aggressive push onto that Killjoy. And since you know Badman is holding down A, the B the natural card for it. And they predict that, they hold it down, they set up the crossfire, but that recon from Wimp just removing any hope of that crossfire succeeding for Enigma. XTZ, they destroy them, take a huge advantage. Now, after that, Badman, he pulled it back almost, but Sai, consistent as ever, 11-9 for XTZ. Once again, back to this round. The action is already in full force. Aggressive 2v3 in a mere matter of 15 to 20 seconds. This time it's Enigma with the lead, but they are in an eco situation. You see Hika just left with the Sheriff, meaning that XTZ can try to pull it off, but the showstopper ready. That compensates for any lack of firepower. Hika will find the kill on to Hush, and now 1v3 just left to Wimp to pull off a miracle. Now Wimp, he finds one, but SMX will not let him move that further. 11 to 10, it's gonna be ENIGMA pulling it back, keeping that eco very much alive.
The eco advantage now going in the favor of the side of the defenders. They need this as much as they possibly can. Because at the same time, yes, you were able to win out on that round, but in the long run, you're not going to be able to get that operator for your side. And it's going to be a very broken buy coming out from the side of the attackers as well, because they need to be very careful. If they go in for a force buy on this round, and if they lose this one out, this basically means that they're not going to have any money to try and fight for the overtime if it goes to an 11 and 11 scoreline. That is where the real pain is about to start, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to be able to hold it, hold down the fort. The sky flashes are going to be coming on through as well to get a little bit of information. But with the Aldron coming up from the back end, it is going to be Ghost being the first one to get that kill down on the Blackhawk. A man advantage towards the side of the attackers, ladies and gentlemen. But just as I say, it's going to be an advantage going in the favor of the side of the attackers instead. This time around, the defense being a little bit too aggressive, and being way too aggressive can hurt you a lot. And now Hirsch, he's going to be using his ultimate to get Heaven control down onto his own side. And now, with Ace side seemingly under their control, they're going to be making a rotation down towards A, but instead they're holding down towards the side of B, waiting for a very aggressive Hiccup, pushing down from the side of Hookah. And if he gets this kill, it's all but over for the side of the defenders.
Harsh behind enemy lines, Hiccup behind enemy lines. Both of these players, they are the crux to which team pulls out of this round. And it's Hiccup picking up the first kill, taking down the spike carrier, forcing all of XTZ to make their way onto that A side, which is held by Harsh. Now Harsh needs to do exactly that, try to take down Ghost. But Ghost, he'll win that duel because the Spectre versus Vandal, that's not a fair fight. And now XTZ in a very bad situation. It's left his side. He doesn't have a gun, but he has his eyes pulled out. That's a really nice left click for the headshot. But with time running out, he needs to get the spike. Does just that with that. Go for the plant, but realizes that in a 1v3 he needs a kill. So with the updraft, he tries to make the play, but it's not gonna happen. Instead, the round picked up for ENIGMA to equalize the scoreline for their team. ENIGMA, like, for me, their B-long approach, first off, was not that great, because, like, for about 2 seconds of the round, with the paranoia as well as the guiding lights, a bunch of members of XTZ were permanently blinded in that B-long position. They did not go for the peak while that was happening, instead went for a late peak, and XTZ punished them significantly, picking up 2 kills. But XTZ then slowing down the tempo when it was in their favor meant that ENIGMA, they got a moment to breathe, recollect, maintain their positions, and then pull off the round. It's very important that when you pick up an advantage, you push forward aggressively and try to just take full value of that advantage and to convert it into real estate. Try to take control of site and then try to win the round on the basis of that. But XTZ slowing down mean ENIGMA with some time to pull it off. And now in this round, XTZ with the broken eco, it's ENIGMA trying to pull it back. You see Buster pushing through B long, has a huge flank, but knows that there is this trap fire set up to protect the flank. So XTZ, they're just going to hold on to their cards, wait for ENIGMA to make a move. But with 30 seconds already done, the time running out, XTZ is going to be up to them to make a push.
It's a do or die situation, and especially with Blackhawk now pulling out the showstopper, he does spot on Batman and he gets the kill as well. The bodies are gonna be piling on one after the other. Ghost, he's gonna be able to take that shot down on the Blackhawk. Well placed headshot down onto him with the Vandal in hand, and now Hika, he's gonna be throwing out the grenades. He's gonna be forcing them out of every single corner that they're gonna be hiding in, but he does get spotted out by Side, holding down from on top of the crates, and now with the ultimate getting forced from the side of Rexy, the crossfire has been set up. It's gonna be Hirsch getting the first initial kill, but it's gonna be Buster being able to time him down on the side to take him out. And now down in this 2 versus 3 situation, who's gonna be able to come out on top? It's gonna be Hiccup being able to get that kill down on the Hirsch, and Hiccup gets his second, but Hunter's Fury is gonna be the thing to make the difference. But now with the shotgun lineups not being present for him, Wimp, he needs to make an aggressive man dash down towards his spike. He's gonna be able to get 1 kill, maybe he gets his second, but he misses his first initial headshot. Wimp, he's not gonna be able to clutch this one out. There was enough time for it, but Wimp not being able to counter strafe in time. That has gotta hurt the side of XTZ massively, as the round now goes in favor towards the side of the defenders, ladies and gentlemen, and that's gonna be a match point for the side of ENIGMA Gaming.
You could see the shock in Sai's face as well. He's just questioning how that even ended up happening in the first place, because XTZ, they started off that round brilliantly. Blackhawk with the aggressive entry, taking control of a significant portion of the site. Rexy with the neural theft, getting a lot of information for his team, and was able to pick up a couple kills. They got the plant. But in that last moment, Rexy and another person, that lamps going down, meant that no backup for Wimp on the Hunter's Fury, and he missed the headshot. As you said, it was Enigma taking match point here, looking to take us to map 3. But hey, that was the eco for XTZ, so now they have the guns to pull it off, but they've already lost the man. Enigma with the man advantage. Can they hold on? We'll have to see, because now they're grouping up into this backside of A. They're willing to give up the site, looking to play for the retake with that Sky utility ready. The Seekers and the lockdown on cards. It's going to be a very difficult post plan for XTZ.
Postman is not going to be going in their favor whatsoever, but if Blackhawk is going to be the deciding factor, he's going to be able to get that kill down on him, and this kill is going to be super important, but Buster, he does get the headshots down on the Rexy to take him on out. The guiding lights are going to be in hand, the smokes are going to be coming on through from the side of Ghost. He's going to be able to take it all away. The defuse is going to be held down strong. The nade's going to be coming on down, but Blackhawk, he's not going to be able to find money whatsoever with Batman holding down that angle, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be all but over when it comes to the second map. And then on the map of Bind, it is going to be Enigma being able to hold strong, get the resolve going, and them being able to take this map away, taking us down to an 11 and 13 to take map number 2, taking us to a 1-1 score set.
At the very edge, like the brink of destruction, Enigma pull out all of the cards, bring out the ace in their hole, and pull out 2 ninja diffuses in a row. I mean, not exactly ninja diffuses, but still done in a manner where XTZ didn't really have a say to pull it off. I think the round before this, that just broke the morale of XTZ to a certain extent. They lost the duel in the starting of this round, and they ended up being punished for it in the long term, because those 2 huge ultimates, the Seekers and Lockdown, it's almost impossible to hold down in the post plant against them. Enigma doing really well to take us to map 3, but we'll quickly go to the LG Ultragear match highlights first. Talk about what happened in this map and how close it was between both of the teams. Now for me, XTZ, they did really well in the way they're able to almost push forward and attack. Their approach very methodical. It's all about spreading themselves out. The lack of a flash compensated by their prowess in terms of the mechanical aim, trying to get the picks and then looking to push their advantage onto the sides. But Enigma doing doubly well, the adaptation coming really strong for them. They realized that they were not holding strong on those duels, so they started packing up as a team, doubling towards a peak or moving the Sky onto advantages, able to take map control. The number of B long or Shabbos pushes I saw from Enigma, really making use of that Sky very, very well to take this series 1-1. Enigma, they've set up the stage. Now I think map 3 is going to be as close as it gets.
At this point, map 3 is just, my hands are up in the air because both of these teams are just pulling off strats that we didn't really expect, and I do believe that XTZ this time around, they were a little bit more prepared for what the Sky brought down to the table, but these kind of aggressive pushes that were coming out from the side of Enigma, they were just a little bit too much for them to handle. As you just stated before, they had so much control over the entire map that XTZ, they just felt claustrophobic. They didn't know where to go, where to turn. They needed to force themselves down onto the side, but at the same time, Batman was there with the lockdowns being present, with the nano swarms to be like, hey, you want to force down onto this side, you're gonna need to go through my traps and all of my setups, and it seems as though it was just a little bit too much for the side of XTZ, and hopefully they're gonna be able to bring it back on the third map. But other than that, I have to say good try coming out from the side of XTZ, but they need to iron out the fact that, hey, we need to be going in for a lot more fakes, because you have to remember that whenever you see the aggressive push coming down from the side of the Sky, basically means that the other side of the map has to be clear. You do not need to try and contest the angles going down from the side of the Sky pushes, and it basically means that, hey, on the B side they're pushing, there has to be a stack on the B, and at the bare minimum of 4 members, the A side is going to be clear. Do a fast wraparound, go down onto the side of A, take A control, play for the postmaster instead of trying to take the fights against the aggressive pushes coming out from the side of Enigma.
It's always just a matter of checks and balances, and the team that is able to tip the scale in their favor, it's the team that ends up winning out. 13-11 is incredibly close, and given the fact that Enigma pulled it back after losing map 1, I know XTZ will be raring for vengeance in map 3, so it's gonna possibly push us to an overtime there. But while we go set that up, if you want to play like the pros with the LG Ultra Gear 144 Hz 1ms gaming monitor, or upgrade your gaming gear with the latest esports offerings from HyperX, check out the links in the description. Also, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel with your notifications on, because you don't want to miss out on spicy action like this. We're gonna go set up for map 3, give the players a moment to breathe, and see you real soon back with the LG Ultra Gear TEC Valorant Invitational Season 2, powered by HyperX and Booyah as the broadcast partner.
He pulls out the showstopper to try and make the difference. He's playing smart. He's not playing it aggressively.
Buying that extra bit of time for yourself is very important in that. Now you can see Ghost though.
That's gonna be end the next moment on the 100. He does a double tag. His own, of course. Batman going in for the spray, but he's going in for a bit too early. Batman's over the Vegas. That's what. Batman, you absolute boogie, man.
Your champion. Definitely worthy of a journey.
Where is everyone hiding?
I'll handle this. I'll fight everybody.
Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to the LG Ultragear TEC Invitational Valorant Season 2 powered by HyperX and with Booyah as our broadcast partner. I will be Obi joining in, and with me is Aggressive. Aggressive, how are you feeling today? What are your expectations for the third map? Very close first two maps, but now we are going into Ascent, and this I expect is XTZ's territory.
This seemingly is the territory of XTZ, but at the same time, Obi, you do have to remember that whenever you are considering the side of Enigma, they are a team that have showcased that they can just be an absolute dominant force whenever it comes to any map that they do play. It was a lackluster approach on the map of Iceworks, and the revenge story started off strong for the side of XTZ, but on the map of Mine, seemingly they were just able to bring it all back and rein themselves in and be like, hey, you cannot disrespect us in any way, and we're gonna be the ones to take the fight to you. But now this time around the map of Ascend, Obi, we do see that Blackhawk, he's gonna be the one going in for the Phoenix pick instead of the race pick that we have seen about. Blackhawk, this is an absolute revelation for me, because this guy went from being the Sova player to now being the duelist player. An absolute insane showing of raw skill and talent coming out from this man, because he's just being so flexible with all of his agent picks. And Sai, he's going to be, of course, going on to his Jet. And from the side of Enigma, they're going to be opting to go in for their own tried and true tested approach with the Raze, with the Jet combination going on through with the Killjoy for both sides. Basically meaning that the side of the defense are going to be strong, but it seems as though Enigma, they're going to have a little bit more firepower to work with.
That's very true. You know, Blackhawk has been super versatile today. He's been performing really well, and Batman also on the other side. Uh, we saw in the last map both teams messing up in little areas. XTZ pulled through pretty well, but the last two rounds were a little bit disappointing nonetheless. This time around in Ascent, this comp looks pretty strong. So uh, you see an almost identical comp coming out, but instead of the Rays, you'll have that Phoenix. So aggressive. Talk more about it.
Phoenix as a pick, when me and CA saw this initially back on the map of Ascent coming out from other teams as well, Phoenix just adds a little bit more of a dynamic flavor with those flashes in hand. But at the same time, Ascent is a map where we would expect the Radiant to come on through instead. But after the recent changes to Reyna and with her nerfs coming on down, yes, it was a pseudo buff in a way, but it was more of a nerf to try and balance out that character so that she does not have the same level of a snowball effect moving on forward. But now that teams are understanding that, hey, Reyna's not as potent, we cannot have the same level of snowball that we would initially with her 4 dismisses and devours on her side. Now, Phoenix is a lot more of a stronger, not really stronger, much more of a better option because he brings a lot more of the utility this time around with the hot hands, with the flashes, and with the firewalls being able to impair vision and being able to hold down strong of their angles. But at the same time, you have to remember that Hika, he's going to be the one to look at on this race because he has pulled up a lot of flashy plays on the map of Ascent, but he needs to be very careful because if Enigma are not careful when they are moving down into a lot of these fights, they could just be the ones to bite the bullet. Because you have to remember that back before when we were watching Enigma going up against the side of Team Mahi, they were having a pretty rough time under the map of Ascent itself, and they need to be careful. Otherwise, it could be spelling doom for their side. Now, pushing on forward, it is going to be the side of the attackers slowly making their way down towards the side of middle, and it's going to be side being able to hold down strong from the side of mid control already being established, and now with the fast push going on down to this A side, they're going to be storming on in, and ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be XTZ taking aggressive control down here onto this A side, and every single one of the sides are going to be cleared, and it seems as though the side of Enigma, they're going to be opting to go in for the retake situation, which is a very smart play to say the babies, because now with the push coming from the back end, it's going to be side being able to get that kill down on the goals, but side, he gets tagged down to only 22 HP. But still with a kill nonetheless, they're gonna be able to get the advantage in their favor. The push is gonna be coming on the side of Short. It's gonna be Buster hearing the footsteps outside, trying to make a run on down towards the side of A-Main. He gets shot in the back and he gets taken out immediately. Paranoia is gonna be coming on down over the side of the back end, but it's gonna be Blackhawk being able to get a beautiful headshot down on the end. That, ladies and gentlemen, could be the thing that they needed. The push coming up from the side of Pickup, but it's gonna be whipped and hers to close it all down. The rapid fire push from the side of A-Main is all that they needed. And when you have 3 members down into the side of A-Main, ladies and gentlemen, that basically makes it very simple to go in for an aggressive rush-in, to go in for an aggressive dash and hold down the spike whenever it comes to these pistol rounds, because not having spam weapons to go through inside of that smoke basically means that, hey, we have 3 massive bodies of our own, we can just push on straight through and trade out a lot of these fights down in this 3 versus 2 situation instead. And there is no way in hell that a person coming out from the side of defenders are going to be able to get a lot of these kills with just a classic or a ghost in hand because of the amount of bullets being present, and a beautiful showing of post plants coming out from the side of XTZ as they take round number 1 in their favor and forcing the side of Enigma to go into a save round. And the save round is going to be quite an important factor for their side because they're going to be the ones to try and hold this one strong. Ghost, we wanted to play it aggressively to see if we can get a little bit of information. The Tonkas are going to be waiting on it, and then the Shocker, it's going to be clean. It's going to be Sai going in for the tap, but Sai's not going to be able to get that kill. Instead, it's going to be Blackhawk to get the headshot down on the Ghost to take him out, and he gets another one down on the SMX to take him out as well. The push is going to be coming on down. Batman, he's going to be an angel from the heavens over the face of Sai to take him out immediately, but Hirsch and Whip from the sidelines, they get a couple of kills of their own, being able to take out Hika. And Buster, he's gonna be the last member remaining, goes in for the jumping classics. He does hit one of the headshots, but Whip is like, nope, I'm not dealing with this. I'm gonna be going to the other sides of the map. Whip is like going to heaven itself. He's like, no. Buster's too scary. Buster just headshotted me when he was jumping up with that classic. He makes a beeline towards the side of A-Main. He wants to live with his bulldog in hand, and Buster, he's now gonna be down in this 1 versus 4 situation. Blackhawk is gonna be the one to go in for the challenge. He does fight, going in for the push, and he's gonna be able to get the kill itself with good movement. He's gonna be able to dodge out the headshot coming up from Buster with the crouch of his own, and that's gonna be 0-2 on the scoreboard. And Whip, he gets to live for another day because I think that jumping classic shot scared him out of his mind. But at the very end of it all, that is going to be 0-2 on the scoreboard with the eco round not being as successful for the side of the defenders because they only got 1 kill, where ideally you want the bare minimum of 2 to try and do as much economic damage as possible. But it is going to be the first buy round for the side of the defenders, still being able to hold strong on their own accord. Slowly but surely, we do see that seems as though the side of the defense, they're opting to go in for a stack down onto the side of Garden. And with this stack going on through from the side of Buster and Ghost, they're going to be able to hold down strongly on this angle. And we do see that Ghost, he's gonna be the one holding it down, but Sai instead gets that kill down onto Hika, and with this kill going on through, this could be what they need. The flashes are gonna be coming on down. It's gonna be Blackhawk being able to get the information. No for the fact that 2 members are holding down from the side of Garden. He wants to go in for the push. Now Hot Hands are gonna be going on through, but with the aggressive push coming out from the side of Buster, he does get the first initial kill, but Batman is not gonna be able to get a reverse kill of his own. He does get a kill onto one. He gets Rexy, taking us down to a 3-versus-3 situation now with the bodies piling on down onto one of the sidelines. It is going to be XTZ trying to hold it down from the side of A-main instead. Slowly but surely, they want to see if they can find something, but not much can be found just yet with an aggressive push coming out from the side of Ghost, and Ghost is going to be the one to take out Hirsch. Hirsch, he was not expecting Ghost to be so aggressive and full accord, and he's going to be paying the price, but now Sai's going to be the one to go down in this 1-versus-2 situation. Goes in for the spray, and Sai's going to be able to get that clutch. A beautiful 4K and spray control just so on point. You can see the happiness in his face. Sai's like, come to me, I'm gonna be the one to take it all away from you. He wants to take it all for himself, and that's gonna be 0-3 on the scoreboard. Sai, he's feeling it. He's gonna be going Sai Hulk mode, Sai Smash, as he's gonna be going on to a 5-2 scoreline to take us to round number 4 of this half. And ENIGMA, they're gonna be quite salty about that fact, because that was a 4-versus-3 situation, and in that 4-versus-3 situation, they were not able to close that one out, and that has gotta be hurting the morale for sure. And now with an aggressive push out of the side of mid, we do see that Batman, he's gonna be taking a massive amount of damage. No kill to be found, but still, the chip damage, to say the very least, is going to be quite helpful. Buster, he does not get spotted up by the Owl Drone, but the Owl Drone makes a wraparound after taking down near the side of Winery to go in for an aggressive push of his own. It's gonna be Win being able to take a kill down on the Hika, and Hika's gotta be feeling that pain, because now B-main control has already been established, and with the mid push going on through, SMX is going to be the one to try and get this kill. The wall banks are going to be raining in Supreme, does a little bit of damage on the side. The side still is going to be healthy and still has his own life to work with. Recon bolts coming on through towards the side of mid, but not going to be revealing anyone just yet other than Sai on the back foot, who's been going in for the swing, and with his buddy Hirsch, they're going to be able to get a couple of kills of their own. Sai gets one, Hirsch gets another, taking us down to a 2-versus-5 situation. And the side of the defenders, they don't know where to turn at this point, because
Last player standing.
now XTZ, they're on the winning foot, and Sai with these wall bags. You have to say
Spike
that
planted.
whenever Sai is on the jet, whenever he's on the map of a set, he gets so many smoke through kills, so many flash kills, so many wall bang kills, that this map is his playground. This map is where he feels the most comfortable, and he's showcasing what he can do whenever it comes to this one specific. But now Ghost, he's gonna be on the back foot, goes in for an aggressive dashing backwards. He wants to try and live for as long as he can. He's gonna be able to get the kill down on the Rexy as well. That's the action going on through, but from the back end and from the front, he's gonna be pissed from both angles. He wants to take a couple of the shots, but behind him it's gonna be Hirsch with the paranoia in hand. He wants to live. He's playing mind games on the Ghost. He's not gonna be happy about any of it. He gets taken out immediately, and a beautiful showing of skill from all the members of the side of XTZ, as they're gonna be able to take the anti-eco round in their favor, as we do see a tactical pause coming out from the side of Batman. But they need to try and take this pause and try to collect themselves, because we are seeing that the side of ENIGMA, they're a little bit flustered when it comes to a lot of their own positionings. They're pushing in aggressively a little bit too much and giving the side of XTZ a chance to get those numbers advantage. This is what's hurting them the most. Every single time we see a fast push coming down from the side of B main as they try and get a little bit of information, but instead they should be just playing for those copy angles, play near those off angles, because you know for a fact that XTZ, they're waiting for you to make that mistake. They're waiting for you to push up a little bit too far so that they can be the ones to take the advantage in their favor. And this is what's going to be hurting them a lot. And I'm looking to see that ENIGMA, they understand that, hey, XTZ as a team, they're waiting for us to make the mistake, but we should not be making any sort of mistakes whatsoever. We should be holding our ground, playing it slow on our own accord, and letting the side of XTZ push into us. And now on their buy round, with Ghost now pulling out this operator, they need to make the difference. Otherwise, it could just all be over for them if they are not careful. And now, with the match timer going on down to only 5 seconds left on the clock, the push is going to be coming on down onto the side of B main. And Ghost, he's going to be holding it aggressively with this operator inside. He could just be going into the crossfires of this one off. And if this op shot hits, it could be all but over. But he's going to be able to hold it down and side. He goes in for the spam, but Ghost, he's going to be the one to go in for the pig and get the shot down on the side instead. A beautiful showing of skill coming out from it. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, you want to have a Phantom instead of a Vandal, because those bullet tracers gave all of the information that Ghost needed for him to get that kill off on Desai's head. And now, going on down to the side of the attackers, they're going to be making a full-send push down onto the A side instead, holding down the fort for as long as they can, but it's going to be Hika instead, making sure he pulls out the boom bot to get a little bit of information to work with. At the bare minimum, before the side of the attackers are going to be the ones to push on in through Buster. He's holding on the fort of his own accord, still trying to see if he can find something, but the owl drone coming out from the side of SMX, not SMX, sorry, from the side of Wim, being able to spot him out, force him down into the back court. Now it's going to be Blackout going in for an aggressive push of his own, but Hiccup, he wanted to deny the running back code, but he pays it for
30 seconds
with
left.
his own life, taking us down to 4 versus 4 onto the map, ladies and gentlemen. But Rexy, he's playing it smart. He's actually going to be the lurker onto the safe side to see if he can get a couple of kills of his own. But they need to make a full send rush down towards his B side, because otherwise it could be all but over for them. It's going to be Buster going in for the swing. Buster's not going to be able to get that kill, but it's going to be
10
Rexy
seconds
being
left.
able to survive with his own life. Gets a lot of bit of information to work with. The push is going to be coming on through with only 5 seconds left on the clock. They need to go in for the plan, and ladies and gentlemen, the plan is going to be going on through, but it's going to get denied immediately because of the hole coming out from the side of SMX. A beautiful showing of positioning coming out from all the members of the side of the defense as well. ENIGMA, they were able to play down the clock beautifully, and at the very last second, it was SMX sneaking himself through from the side of CT into the side of the boathouse itself. He held down from the back of side. He knew for a fact that with the clock running on down, he's not gonna have enough time to check inside of boathouse, and Blackhawk being forced to plant out in the open gave SMX the opening that he needed to go in for the wide swing and get that kill down to him. Good patience and good games from sending out from SMX to take that round away from the side of XTZ, and this is where the pain is about to start. Seka, he's gonna be the one to get a headshot out of the Blackhawk. They're looking for some more, but SMX is gonna be able to set up goals beautifully with his own Hunter's Fury. And now, with the advantage in the favor of the side of the defenders, they're looking to close this one out, taking us down to this 1-4 scoreline. The spam is going to be coming in through. The spray is going to be connecting, but instead it's going to be Hirsch to take him on out. And it's going to be Hiccup from the side. It's going to get killed down under Rexy. The spam's going to come once again to see if they can get a kill, but Hirsch is going to be the one instead. Inside from the back end, they're going to be able to hold it all down. The push is going to be coming out from Badman, but Badman with a jiggle lurk instead, he's going to be able to find the damage that he needed to do. He's going to be able to take down side. The operator has been denied, but now Hirsch, going down in this 1 versus 2 situation. Maybe he's going to be able to get the kill, but he's not going to be able to. The Vandal spray is not that accurate at that range, my man. And Hershey does pay the price, and the knife's just riddling through his body, coming out from the side of Ghost, taking us down to a 2-4 scoreline, moving on forward. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where the real pain is about to start, because now economy is going to be taking a massive hit, and for the side of XTZ, they don't really have a lot to work with. This is going to be their final buy round if they are not careful, to say the very least. With a couple of buys coming on, not the final buy round, they're still going to be able to go for buys in the following round. You can still lose out on this because of the loss streak bonus going on through. So the last 2 buy rounds in their side, and they need to try and establish their lead this time around, because Ghost, once again, he had to buy himself another operator. He needed to buy himself another operator because he had to drop it out for another gun in the following round. So let us see what they can do to try and close this one. He's playing it aggressively on his own accord down here from the side of A main to see what he can find. Not really a lot of information to be gathered, but still holding down nonetheless. Things have slowed down quite heavily, and it seems as though the side of XTZ, they're opting to go in for a much more of the map control approach. The Boombot has spotted outside though on the back end, so he's gonna be the one to hold down the fort from the side of mid, but no information is being gathered. Nothing can be found just yet. The shock darts are gonna be raining in from the side of Web as he throws out the recon bolt as well to get a little bit of information. The Batman's gonna be denying information fully. Blackhawk pulls out the firewall. He's gonna be the one to go in for the aggressive push of his own, but it seems as though the side of the defenders, they're not really gonna be giving away much information whatsoever. Sai's gonna be the one to go in for an aggressive push of his own. The Vandal spray is gonna be going on down from through outside inside of the smoke, but it's gonna be Batman instead getting the kill down on the side with a beautiful spray of his own. Lead level headshot, but Rexy, what was that shot on the SMX? You should not do that to your own twin brother, my man. He's gonna be the one to take him out with a jumping headshot and another headshot down onto another to take it all away. The plan is gonna be going on through, and with the Killjoy ultimate coming out from the side of Wimp as well, he's gonna be the one to take it all away. And now with the control being established towards the side of the attackers, they're going to be able to get a lot of the information to work with. Buster, he gets a little bit of information of his own. It's going to be Hika with the showstopper, not being able to get the kill. The position is so clean that the bullets are not going to be going down anywhere. It's going to be Rexy going down with that Hunter's Fury and the recon bolt of boot. He's going to be able to find it all. And Rexy, he's so consistent when it comes to his recons and his Hunter's Fury. It's going to be her sending a bullet into the head of Ghost, and he gets an operator for himself as well to make sure that he's gonna be able to save it all up for his buddy Sai. Blackhawk, he picks it up, he gives it to Sai and be like, boy, it's your time to shine with this operator once again, as the momentum is now once again back in the favor of the side of XTZ, and it's gonna be hurting the economy of the side of Enigma heavily, with only a couple of their members able to go in for these full buys. And now, with only 2 members opting to go for full buys, basically forcing all the other members to go in for the saves, because it's always important to try and establish a stable economy for all of your members instead of playing out for just one. And now, it is going to be fast push coming on down towards this A main sideline, and with Hika being able to get that initial trade off, that's going to be a beautiful trade to save Aries, but you can already see that Hika, he's bolting for that gun from the side of Blackhawk. And he's gonna be able to pick it up nonetheless, but with only 28 HP to work with, he needs to be careful because his gun advantage, yes, it's gonna be really helpful, but at the same time, it could be a detrimental factor. And Batman, he could just be the one to go in for an aggressive push, but with the shock darts coming on in, one of these shock dart lineups coming up from the side of Rexy, he's gonna be clean about it, and he's gonna be able to find it all. And Batman, he's gonna be the one to force back into the side, but you have to remember that Batman, he only has the he does have the lockdown available in his favor, so he's gonna be the one to hold down the board. Rexy has the recon bolt, and but Whip, he doesn't even need it. He's gonna be the one to take it all away. Those were back that 2 are gonna be holding down from the back end. Rexy, the timing so clean, the timing so crispy. He's gonna be the one to take it all away from them. And now down to the 2 versus 4 situation on the map. Batman, he does have a sheriff though, and him with the sheriff is very deadly when he is going to be feeling it, ladies and gentlemen. The push is going to be coming on down. Rexy, he does get that kill down on the SMX. They know for a fact that the last member is going to be deep into the backup side. Paranoia's coming through. Nano Swarm's coming in as well. And now the 40 should be fighting on up. Batman, he's not going to be able to hit that headshot, and it's going to be Rexy with a knightly return to send a bullet in his head. And that is going to be 2-6 on the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen, moving on forward. And the side of the defenders, they're in a pretty tough spot. They're not able to establish any form of control of their own accord, and this is what's hurting them a lot. And I would expect that the side of Enigma, they try to be a little bit more proactive in their own approaches, because them playing so slow, they're playing for the defensive sidelines, and yes, they are trying to be proactive in a lot of the fights, but they're trying to be proactive in the wrong way, and that's what's hurting them. And already you can see that happening once again. They go in for an aggressive push, but they go in without any form of information. But still, it is going to be Hika being able to trade him out. But Wimp, he gets a double kill for himself at the very end of it all, and hurt. What was that wide swing, my man? What was that headshot? Buster, he's gotta be feeling it. He has to be feeling the pain. It's gonna be SMX on the sidelines being able to get a kill down on the Blackhawk. But what was that shock dart? That shock dart nearly spooked SMX in that situation, but still, he's gonna be the one to survive, get out of his owl drone, taking us down to a 2 versus 3 situation on the map. Smokes are gonna be coming on out as well. SMX, he's gonna be the one to go in for the shock darts. to see if he can find someone on the default plant sidelines, but still, it seems as though the side of Enigma, they played it smart. They're going in slowly, they're not going in aggressively just yet, but the shock darts are gonna be hitting the side of Rexy just a tiny little bit, not too much though. And now,
Spike
down
planted.
in this 2 versus 3 retake situation. Will the side of Enigma be able to close this one out? Maybe yes, maybe not, because it's gonna be Badman pulling out the lockdown of his own accord, but you have to look at Sai. Sai's in such a beautiful position to go in for a wraparound flank. He's taking a leaf out of Hirsch's book, and he's gonna be the one to probably close this one out. He finds all of the value on the board, and the board is gonna run up for the back end, but Badman's gonna be the one to make the difference, but the defuse is gonna be going on through. Sai's not in the position to go in for the wraparound play of his own. Sai, he was just not in the position. He didn't know where to go. Only if the push coming on down from the side of Binary was successful and Batman did not get those 2 kills, it would have been another round on the board for the side of XTZ. But at the very end of it all, you have to give it a Batman. That he was the MVP of that round, getting those 2 kills off, making sure that SMX was in the perfect position to go in for his own perfect position to go in for his own play. You have to imagine a situation where Sai was on this flank and he opted to go in for a play on the other side. Sai, he's on fire, ladies and gentlemen. He's gonna be the first one to take out Hika. Hika, you need to respect Sai. You know for a fact he has that operator and he's gonna be the one to shut you down, but he's gonna be the aggressive pusher of his own accord. No one was watching down from the side of A-Short, and that is where the pain is about to start. No aggressive control hasn't established just yet, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, to say the very least. But this 1-for-1 trade going down onto Hika, who you have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, was not able to use any of his utility, basically means that he's gonna have a pretty rough time trying to hold down on the defensive side. But Ghost, he's gonna be able to dodge out the flash and use the tailwind to get out of that sticky situation. Firewall goes on through, but Ghost, he knows what's up. He knows for a fact that with this firewall, they want to make a rotation play down onto the B side instead, and with aggressive control being fully established down on the side of B, it is gonna be Ghost being able to deal massive amounts of damage to Blackhawk with a true smoke spam, as it's down to only 30 HP to work with. And with the push coming on down from the back end, it is gonna be the ultimate run it back, trying to get a little bit of information. Knows for a fact that one member is gonna be down into the side of Market. The Market game has been closed, so at the bare minimum the spam's gonna be coming on down, but still the push is gonna be holding on strong with SMX getting a double jump from the back end. But Whip, he's gonna Whip's turret. Whip gets 1 kill and the turret turret down onto his fellow Killjoy, and now down to a 2 versus 2 situation with the lockdown going on down as well. They need to respect this lockdown. They need to back on off, and this is gonna be needing a lot of time for the side of the attackers to go into their own post-plan situations. Now they're gonna be huddling down into the side of Boathouse to see what they can find, holding it down. Both of them from one of the 2 angles. No one's gonna be watching down from the side of Speedway though, and this could be detrimental. But with the alarm board going on through, they know for a fact that one member is gonna be down on the side of Speedway. But with the double setups going on down, it's gonna be Blackhawk being able to get the first initial kill. They're wanting to find some more. Swings are gonna be coming out left. Swings are gonna be coming out right. They're wasting so much time. It's gonna be Gold to try and put this round out, but he's not gonna be able to. The clock is not in his favor, and that's gonna be 3 and 7 on the scoreboard for the side of the attackers, ladies and gentlemen. XTZ, they are showing what they can do on the map of Ascent and why this is their home ground for sure. But now, we do see for a fact that, once again, the side of the defenders, they do not have money, and this is going to be forcing them onto another eco round. And on a 3 and 7 scoreline, these eco rounds are going to be very, very, very crucial because you either need to take this down to a 1vx scenario, otherwise you're gaining no form of value. Because if you give away this round, you're basically getting the 8th round over their side, and it's gonna be Hookah going in for an aggressive backdash. This guy is just an absolute beast. He pulls out the showstopper as well. He's like, I don't care. I'm gonna be the one to make the difference. But at the same time, Rexy, he goes in for the one-tap plays. Rexy, the MVP this time around. He goes in for the massive jukes of his own and the massive plays on his old sideline. He's gonna be the one to make the difference. He gets a kill down on the win, but Rexy's gonna be able to trade him out immediately, making him down to a 3 versus 3 situation. And this is where the eco round is going to be very crucial, ladies and gentlemen, for their side. The recon mode does go on through. He's spotting on anyone just yet. Instead, it's gonna be SMX coming on down from the side of the heavens to take out Rexy, taking us down to a 2 versus 3 situation. ladies and gentlemen. The gun advantage no longer in their favor. Hirsch is going to be the one to try and make the difference of his own accord. He's going to get swarmed onto the side soon enough. The Jiggle's going to be coming out. Jiggle's on the left, Jiggle's on the right, but Hirsch is going to be the one to make the difference. He's going to be able to get that kill, and he's going to be able to TP out as well. He knows for a fact that SMX is going to be deep down into the side, and this is going to be a wraparound play from the side of the attackers down on this A side instead.
30
A
seconds
beautiful
left.
showing of skill and movement going out, and SMX, he's just like, man, why did I just go down onto this B side? Why am I the one to try and go into this quad situation once again with only
Spike
13
planted.
HP to work with? SMX, he's on the back foot, but I have to say that this eco round, extremely successful coming out from the side of the defenders, and if SMX is able to clutch this one out, this could be all that they needed. But SMX, he's not checking down here from the side of George, and this is gonna work. The pain is about to start, and right behind him is gonna be Sai, and he puts a bullet in his back to boot. He's gonna be the one to take it all away from him,
Last
and that's gonna
round
be
in the
3 and 8
half.
on the scoreboard. And SMX, my man, that is why you always check near the side of the A short angles, because that is where a lot of the players are going to be holding and expecting you to go in for a rotation play. But the very end of it all, that is going to be the side of XTZ to make the difference, take us down to a 3 and 8 in the last round of this half. And once again, Sai, he has an operator in his table, on the table, sorry. And he's going to be opting to go in for a mid swing once again to see if any members of the side of the defenders, they want to go in for a swing and challenge him on this angle. No one opting to go in for it just yet. No shots are going to be coming on out, but with the recon ball going on through, they know exactly where they are. Hicker's going to be in a pretty rough spot of his own, but still, he's going to be able to jump across and use the boom bot to perfect permission. Hicker, what is this game sense? What is this movement? What is that aim? This guy never fails to amaze me, and that is for sure. But still, it is going to be dodges coming out from the side of him. He goes left, he goes right. He does the cha-cha dance that he needs to do to try and survive that Hunter's Fury. SMX, he does get a little bit of chip damage down with that shock dart instead, and with the man advantage in the favor of the side of the defenders, they're still going to be happy, to say the very least. The push is going to be coming on down onto the B side, so with a lot of the ultimate points are the ultimate point being picked up as well. Blackhawk, he just needs one kill to get this running back, but Badman's gonna be the one to deny everything. He's gonna be going in for an aggressive push. Badman with his second. Hirsch is gonna be the one to try and trade this one out. And with the push coming on down for the back end of it all, they're not gonna be looking on down anywhere. It's gonna be Hirsch instead to go in for the wraparound play. He gets a turnaround kill
30
down onto
seconds
one.
left.
Hirsch gets his third. He's looking for some more.
remaining.
He does get the shot. Blackhawk, he has his running back. He's gonna be opting to use it. He's gonna be the one to get the information for his team. They know exactly where they're gonna be at, and now it's gonna be Hirsch trying to go in for his 4K, and he's gonna be able to find it. He was not ready for this play. He didn't know where Hirsch was gonna be at. And Hirsch, he's gonna be the one to close this one out. Take us to a 3 and 9. Hirsch, he has gotta be feeling it. This man is on fire on 14 and 4. 4 deaths. His KDA is off the charts. They even 3 points in KDA coming out from inside with a 13 and 7, 12 and 6 for Web. They are just absolutely showcasing why Ascent is one of their best maps in XTZ. They want to close this map out with a bang, but on a 3 and 9 scoreline, they cannot get overconfident because Enigma as a team could be the ones to shut everything down if they are not careful. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, you need to remember that Enigma as a team, they are very, very attacking based, and when it comes to their attacking, they're a completely different beast entirely. But a lot of the pressure rides on this one pistol round. If the side of Enigma are not able to win out on this pistol round, this basically means that this could be just all over for them. He's gonna be the one to find the bullet. It's gonna be Whip with the beautiful position of his nano swarms. He's gonna be able to catch him off guard with the alarm bot as well, dealing so much damage on his own accord. But look at those positioning is gonna be clean. He's gonna be able to find one shot. He's looking for some more, but it's gonna be Rexy to shut him down immediately. He's not gonna be able to survive that for long. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the push coming on down from the backhand side. He's just so sneaky. Once again, pushing them from the side of mid, being able to catch off the attackers themselves going in for the rotation play. And now where the damage has already been done, the spike is not in their favor. And they're not going to be able to go in for the plant. They want to go in for the play. They're going for the kills, but the kills are not going to be in their favor as with a glitch pop classic to boot. He's going to be getting a 3K for himself. And that's going to be the pistol round going in the favor of the side of XTZ. And now, ladies and gentlemen, with the pistol round in their favor, it's going to be either go in for 4 tries or go back home, because you're giving away the 11th round on the board for the side of the defenders, and that is where the pain is about to start. And already we do see for a fact that the side of Enigma, they're gonna be the ones to go in for the force by this, but this is very, very, very risky, because if you lose out on the sports buy, you're basically giving away the 11th round, yes, and you're not gonna have buys to try and fight for overtime. You're gonna need to either go in for broken buys, or you need to go in for a save and fight for the overtime instead. That is where you see a lot of the pain coming on out, ladies and gentlemen. Sai, he's gonna be the one to try and make the difference, but he does spot out the fact that they're gonna be going in for those sports buys. Sai, he's not gonna have a second cloudburst to get himself out of that sticky situation, but still, it's gonna be went from the sidelines to get the trades down nonetheless. It's gonna be goals going in for an aggressive push, but this fourth buy is not working out in their favor. Ladies and gentlemen, Enigma, they're not playing together as a team on their own force buys, and that is where the main issue lies. Once again, it seems as though Enigma, they're just flustered. Their strategies are not really working together as a team. The damage is just being done slowly but surely, and we can already see that the entirety of the side of the attackers, they're not able to establish proper control on their own accord. And I do see that Rexy is slowly sliding himself forward onto the back end. Did he have any disconnect issue? I do believe that Rexy, he has been disconnected, but still information being gathered by his teammates for his teammates nonetheless. They know exactly where the attackers are going to be at. Both of them are going to be deep into the back of sight, and that is all that they need to move on forward. Moys are going to be coming on through to check the near from the side of the box angle. Flashing are going to be coming out as well, and the cross match has been set up though from the side of the boathouse, and it's going to be Batman being able to get the first initial kill. It's going to be Black Hole to try and close this one out, but down in this 3 versus 2 situation still, it is going to be the side of Enigma to close this one out, and this was such a crucial round for them because that, you have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, this was their force buy. And my, oh my, I do believe that Rexy disconnecting in that situation just closed it all out, because I'm pretty sure that Rexy, he would have been able to get 1 kill at the bare minimum before he got traded out, taking it down to a 3 versus 1. An unfortunate outcome, that is for sure, and unlucky indeed for the side of XTZ, but still, they do have the advantages in their favor, and they're going to be the ones opting to go in for the save to not let any momentum go towards the favor of the side of Enigma, making sure that they, hey, let's go for a save. We as a team that can go in for full buys in the following round, and then we can still stay strong, to say the very least. With the operators coming out from the side of Sai as well, they're going to be able to hold it down, hold down the fort even stronger previously, because you saw what happened in the very last round, that it seems as though Enigma as a team, they're wanting to go in for a lot of these split plays, trying to hold down aggressively from the side of mid. But yes, you established mid control, but you are overstepping your boundaries in a lot of these situations. You can already see that Ghost and SMX, they tried to go in for an aggressive push of their own, trying to get a little bit more control, biting off a bit more than they can chew pretty much in that side. You just hold down the side of mid, wait for the rotations to come on through instead of forcing yourselves down onto the side of CT. Because when you go down onto the side of CT, you need to worry about the angle of heaven, you need to worry about the angle of CT itself, and that is going to be hurting them quite heavily. But now, we do see the pause timer going on through, so they should be back real soon to mute it out.
And guys, we'll be back after a quick break. Seems like Rexy has disconnected, so we'll be waiting for him to come back. Stay tuned, guys, as we continue with this map the moment Rexy comes back.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Invitational powered by HyperX, and our broadcast partner is Booyah. My name is Apollonia. I'll be joining Aggressive here on the panel, and it's going to be a great time. Let's get back into the action. The scoreline is 4-10 XTZ Esports on the defending side, and ENIGMA Gaming on attack. Now, it does look like XTZ Esports, 6-round lead. The dominance is strong in this one. Aggressive.
That is gonna be strong, but at the same time, we do see that Rexy, he's gonna be the one to get a smoking kill down on the one, but Batman with the spray, he does find two. He's gonna be the one to close this one out for their side, but Sai, he has a vengeance of his own, gets a beautiful one tap down on the Batman, pushes him out immediately. The push is gonna be coming on through, but Sai, he's holding it down with his own sheriff in hand. The flashes are gonna be coming out on, but instead it's gonna be Hiccup being able to catch Blackhawk, and he was jumping up like a bunny to the back end, but the kills are gonna be coming on down nonetheless, and a beautiful showing of potency coming out from all of the defending members, and that is going to be a very, very beautiful eco round coming out from the side of the defenders, ladies and gentlemen, because you have to remember that in that situation, it was an eco round, and they were able to deny 3 guns from the side of the attackers, and this is going to be putting a massive dent on the economy. And now Sai, he's going to be able to opt to go in for the operator as well. But still, going back to where we did leave off, we did see that Buster and Badman were able to pull off a massive clutch to keep themselves alive, moving on forward to force the side of XTZ to go into an eco. But after this eco, it seems as the XTZ, they're going to be able to come back even stronger. While from the side of ENIGMA, they're not going to be looking pretty when it comes to their economy. So they either need to win this one out, otherwise it's going to be a do or die situation for their side.
Indeed, ENIGMA trying to climb back up. If there is a time, the time is now to definitely bring it back. And look at Batman there, leading right at the top of his team. And overall on XTZ, pretty consistent if you are looking at their kill, death, and assist ratio. But hey, we're going to move into this next round. We should see the full investments coming in from the side of defense. Rexy tossing out that shock dart. Sai's going to find the first kill onto Ghost. Not a good sign for the attackers. Sai pulling it back, and he still will be watching B main. A victim is there, and Sai with the second kill onto Hika. What a beautiful shot. 2 men down on the side of attack. And it's going to be a tough one to get that spike planted. But Buster with a very aggressive move. Just using that shadow step right onto the A side as his teammates back him up. Now the defenders have caught wind of this side. Just hopping away. The Paranoia does tag him. Wimp will chime in. Picks up SMX. ENIGMA Gaming down to only 2 members left alive.
Batman, he's gonna be the one to sneak himself through from the back angle though, but he gives away his information. They don't protect that both of the members of the side of the attack zone are gonna be deep into side, and the push is gonna be coming on now from the side of Wimp. He's gonna be caught out by the Paranoia though. Batman, he does get 1 kill, but Rexy and Hirsch comes in from the sidelines and get a couple of kills of their own. Just like ants swarming down onto their own prey. They're gonna be able to just clean it all up. That's gonna be 5-11 on the scoreboard, bro. And you have to state that looking down on the scoreboard, at the side of ENIGMA, they have no money to work with. They're gonna be forced to go onto these very, very broken buys. And SMX, he's gonna be forced onto a Vandal without any armor. And going up against Sai on this operator, that's gonna be a pretty tough calling for sure.
XTZ Esports, the way they closed down on ENIGMA was very quick. Sai picking up the early kills. I think that is why it's so important when he does have to op, and he has to translate that investment into frags. Now Wimp there finding the headshot onto Buster. That's gonna be first blood. Doesn't look too good for ENIGMA. Match point might be coming very soon for XTZ Esports. But hey, anything is possible. Sai holding down the angle. Surprised that he's not switching up his position, possibly watching the A side this time. Unpredictability is key. You want to be able to catch off your opponents every chance you get. But Whoop is going to be there to hold it down. SMX does take him out, but Harsh is there to fend for his buddy. Hika's the last man standing with the sheriff in hand. 1v4 situation, not ideal. Has 1 satchel to work with. Hika moving himself into defender side spawn. He might just meet up with that Phoenix. Blackhawk spots out Hika, and he's gonna clean that up. Match point for XTZ Esports. Game faces are still on. Looks like Sai might be a little busy there. But nonetheless, XTZ, they are so consistent here in map number 3. This best of 3 has indeed been very spicy. And XTZ is so close to the finish line.
Sai, I think he's trying to find his Hulk so that he can celebrate with everyone. But at the same time, you have to remember you cannot celebrate too early, otherwise it could be detrimental for your side. You never want to get overconfident and give your enemy team the momentum to keep on fighting. And now down on this 5 and 12, the momentum is going to be running high, and the confidence as well for the side of XTZ. They're going to be quite happy that they have the match point in their favor, but it seems as though ENIGMA, they're going to be on the back foot entirely. Looking at their economy, they did opt to go in for that force buy when it came to that 11th round, but it seems as though this time around, they're going to be going in for a fast rush down on this A side, but Wimp, he's holding it all down with his own investments. Everything is in his favor. Everything on their side. Because now with a lot of these setups going down from the side of the Killjoy, this basically means this could be all but over if they are not careful. And the side of ENIGMA, slowly but surely, they're making their push down on the Z side with the Owl Drone coming out down from the back end. Sai, he's holding down with that operator onto the side of mid. But now, seems as though the side of the attackers, they're not opting to go in for it just yet, but Hika, he now has his showstopper, and this is going to be the opening push that they need to go down into the C side.
Sai A-shot right now, but the attackers, they're making a quick move. Steps up the A side, Rexy. He's gonna find the kill onto Ghost Hika. A little bit of a cheeky play. He's looking for the showstopper kill, but Blackhawk's there to stop it all. The running back keeps him safe. Batman coming in from A shot. He's gonna find a double, and Sai takes him out. That is gonna be the end of the best of 3. XTZ Esports, they're gonna take this win. And Sai, I mean, there's a message there. Can't quite see it, but do you see that? Can you read that down?
I'm trying, but Sai, he may need to write that message down in chat. And I think Blackhawk's cap just absolutely went out of remission, because he's like, boys, we did it. We won it. We are taking this fight down to the decider finals. They want to take it all away. And they are happy, to say the very least. XTZ, they had such a harsh showing going up initially down, and they're going to be able to get the revenge story down as well. And we all love a really good revenge story, ladies and gentlemen. And looking at the scoreboard, it's going to be Wimp at the very top of it all. 21-11, and Batman from the sidelines. These two Sentinel players have to be the MVPs of this entire match for me.
Indeed. Let's head over to the LG Ultra Gear match highlights and talk a little bit more about what went down, as well as the entire best of 3 series. So, you know, from my end, I'm going to begin with ENIGMA. I really like the way that Batman play, but when it comes to the Invitational, this was ENIGMA's last chance, and it seems like the consistency of XTZ Esports definitely pushed them ahead. Very impressed with the performance of Sai and Wimp. I do recall the last best of 3 that XTZ had, Wimp wasn't really in the spotlight, but here on Ascent, holding it down as the Killjoy, I mean, it almost feels like it's Killjoy's playground here. Aggressive, what are your afterthoughts on this best of 3?
Sai is just an absolute madman. This guy, whenever it comes to Sen, we see him pull off the nuttiest shots compared to pretty much anyone. Because you can see that Sai, when he has that operator, he gets 2 smoke skills, he gets flash kills, he gets kills through the wall. I don't know if this man is wall liking or his brain is just that massive. On Ascent, there's pretty much nothing stopping him whenever he has that operator in his hands, and he's just showcasing that the side of XTZ, even though they were having such a rough time initially, they're gonna be the ones to close this one out and bring it back and send ENIGMA home. And XTZ, they've already proved to us that the revenge story is very much possible, and they're gonna be able to take it all away. And Rexy, he's just so consistent. This one Sova completely shut down a lot of pushes that could be coming down from any of these angles, and he's just showcasing why he's such a good Sova player and such a consistent anchor for the team. And XTZ, they deserve this win, taking this win up against ENIGMA and cementing their position down in the deciders.
Alright, and this brings us to the end of the explosive best of 3. Good try to ENIGMA Gaming. It was a treat to watch them, and ultimately congratulations to XTZ Esports for making it over into the next stage of the Invitational. Now, guys, this is the LG Ultragear TEC Invitational that you're watching, Season 2, powered by HyperX, and we have Booyah as our broadcast partner. Not to worry, this is only the end of the first half, and we will have the second half kicking off at 8 p.m. So remember, play like the pros with 144Hz 1MS gaming monitors from LG Ultragear, and you can also upgrade your gaming gear with the latest esports offerings from HyperX. Both links are in the description. Check that out. It's going to be really cool. Remember to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. And we hope to see you guys around in the second half. So signing off is me. My name is Apollonia. I joined in as caster and analyst. And thank you, Aggressive, for the amazing job as a caster and analyst as well. Until then, I hope you guys take care and happy gaming. See you all in the second half.